Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. You're muted, I think. Um, can you hear me? Hello? No, I don't think they can hear me. What is wrong with my mic? Um, hello? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
What about now?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. How are you doing today?
I'm good. We got cut off the other day.
Oh, okay. What happened? You gotta refresh me because I'm not sure.
So I was just talking to you about like our credit score and COVID ruining our lives, and
Oh, yeah. Where you were never
so
late.
yeah, we're never late on anything, and now so like US Bank, they just called me the other day and they want me to agree to bring the account current. And I told them, I said, I called you before the account was late to set up payments with you. And you guys told me there was nothing available. And she goes, well, I don't know why we would have told you that. And I said, me either, but you did. And now the account is $1,400 past due. And so she offered me this program. Hang on, I think there's too bad of a echo. And she said that there's a hardship program available. But they want me to agree to like a $300 payment. And I told her, you're not the only one we owe money to. We're not doing that. So that's all they're offering at this time. Huh?
So that's their only option that they have?
Yep. And they closed the account. So I just told her, I said, I can't do a payment that high. So I guess it will just continue to sit there until you guys offer something else. I said, you can go back and look at our credit history and see we were never late on anything ever. And that's the only option you guys are giving us. Like, not cool. So, and we have all of our checking accounts, our business accounts with them too. So, but this is the question I have for you. So I applied for a DUNS number and we just got it. So now how do I apply for business credit?
Well, I'm not a professional business credit expert. I only cover personal.
Okay.
I mean, I have personal experience with business credit, but I can't legally advise on business credit.
Okay.
So
I just was reading on like Net 30. Some gal had tagged Net 30 on when I was asking her how to do it. She said to get a DUNS number and then go to Net 30. And on Net 30, it gives you a bunch of different options to do a credit line, a personal credit line, right, or a credit line, not a business loan. And then build it up that way, and to be very careful which one you choose. I'm like, can this just be easy?
Yeah, business credit, it's a whole different ballgame because most people will do so without having to use your personal credit. They'll get like Net 30 accounts like Uline and all those other types of accounts to sort of like build your score so that you can get it to a place where it's, suitable for business funding or a loan or whatever the case may be. But it is a game because it's all in like when you pay it, and it's so many rules to business credit. We could be talking about that today, but
so that's what I need to get business credit to get all this stuff out of our personal credit to quit ruining our personal credit, because I had no idea that you were even.
They'll give you a hardship loan?
No, I've never asked about that.
I would look into it. Try to see if they'll give you a hardship loan. See, because even if you do build your business credit, I mean, it's gonna take. I don't know how long you have, but my fear is that they'll charge off the account in which you don't want them to. I know they just closed it, So typically after they close it, within maybe like 60 to 90 days, they'll eventually probably charge off the account if you don't post any payments.
Okay.
So I don't know. Are you dealing with directly customer service, or are you dealing with like the executive team?
Yep. Just customer service.
Have you tried to go above customer service and reach out to their executive team or at all?
No.
I would try to do that to see if they can offer you more options, because customer service, they're limited. Like they can't really offer much, which is probably why they only gave you that one option, because it's probably all they had. So I would try to go above them to see if you're able to talk to someone with a little more power, so that to see if they're able to give you more options, because you don't want them to charge off the account.
No, because none of them are
another headache.
None of them are charged off. All those accounts that have been closed, they've just been closed, but I'm still dealing with the credit card company directly. I'm not dealing with anything.
What company is this again?
Oh, there's a ton of them. There's Chase, Bank of America, Citi, and Discover.
And which one gave you the option for the $300 payment?
U.S. Bank. The rest of them have and they want to charge a 4.9% interest rate. The rest of them have closed.
So I mean, I'm not that mad at that for a credit card, because typically it's like 28%. So I mean, I'm not mad at the 4%.
I'm not mad at it either, but the rest of these companies have closed the account if I set upon a specific number, which they've all stayed under $200. They have given me a 0% interest as long as I agree to pay them this amount every month. The rest of them have been, I mean, even Bank of America, which I have had nothing but problems with for a long time, but even they agreed to, I think that card we paid a little bit more because we had a huge amount on it. I think it was like $16,000 or $17,000. So,
and you've got it down to 14?
No, it's at 0%, and we're just paying a payment to them every month to pay that balance down at a 0%. We agreed to close.
That's good that they gave you 0%, so you're not constantly racking up interest. So I mean, that is good. But yeah, you don't want them to charge off. And I know, of course, that's easier said than done, because everybody want payment, and it's like, damn, who do I pay? Are you going to continue to pay on like the I believe it's the Citi one, the one that'll be charged up, Bank of America, maybe? I don't know.
Yep, all of them. I've been paying on all of them to keep them out of collections. So
they haven't even sent them to collections yet. That's good too. Okay, I thought that they sent all of them, so they just closed them. That's all they did was close them.
Yep, they've just closed them. So right now, I think it's good, because it's like on our credit report, it's not saying it's bad hits anymore. They're all green, like it's all lighting up green. That it's a closed account, but it's still reporting that it's in good standing. So I mean, eventually, and I just applied for I mean, dear God, you know what fuel's doing right now. Like, we own a trucking business. You can imagine how much fuel is every week. Like, something's got to change.
So you don't even have a gas card. You don't even have a gas.
We have a fuel card, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't get you credit. It doesn't do anything, but just, it's a way for factor loads to directly deposit our money from the loads, because we don't wait 30 days to get paid. We go through a factoring company, so they pay us within a few hours. We give them 5%, but we get paid, and we don't have to deal with these companies that are like, oh yeah, we don't want to pay you. We don't, those days are over. I would rather give up that 5% to them, because then all the burden falls on them, because that's what we went through last year, is why I had to close these cards, is we weren't getting paid, and it was always 30, 60, 90 days. Well, who can go 90 days without getting money,
I would start with maybe a net 30 fuel card, like a Shell card or something. I know that one was I remember that one was like one of the first ones I got. Like, I definitely did not have any established business credit at that point. That was like one of the first ones. I would try doing like a Shells card at the very least, because I mean, just to try to take some of the expenses immediately off you so that you're able to allocate your funds in different places where, you know, you can avoid getting a charge off or something like that. And then, because I mean, I don't even know if I would suggest you to even open up other credit accounts right now, because are you able to juggle all of that? I don't want to, you know, you don't want to get in more debt here.
No. I was looking at getting a loan, but all of these things are at 0%. And with a loan, you're going to be paying an interest rate.
Yeah. How long are they at 0? How long do they promise it for?
So Bank of America gave a 0% for 60 months. And then at the end of that 60 months, they said, whatever, we'll offer you a lump sum if you can pay it, or we will just go back to what we're doing right now. And the account just has to be revisited at that time. But the rest, like Citi, they said, I think it's 5 years. So, I mean, in all honesty, everything is, when you're looking at loans, like when they're at 0%, it's going directly to that instead of paying $200 in interest.
Yeah.
And a $200 payment, you know, it just doesn't pay it off. And that's what I told them.
You'll be paying it forever, and it'll just be like a cycle. That's like, loans are.
They give you that option. They're like, well, if you pay this much, you could have it paid off in this amount of time. And when you actually rack up how much money you're throwing down, like, it's just crazy. Like, we never, ever had credit cards. Like, every credit card we ever had, we always paid off. And like I said, it's our own fault for, you know, but there's a whole other reasons.
At this point, the only thing you can do is kind of like climb out of the hole and don't let it over consume you. You know, I know that's easier said than done, but I mean, you do a lot of companies, they give you 0% interest rate, which is amazing. I mean, that because even if you get a loan, you'll be paying who knows. So the fact that most of them went down to 0% interest rate for 60 months for 5 years, I mean, that is good. Because then it's more realistic to try to get them to stay out of charged off status, which will be detrimental to your credit profile. So I know it's not ideal now, but I mean, at least you're not completely ruining your credit. The only thing that's going to be is closed accounts. That's neither here nor there when you know begin to build credit again. So that's not going to affect you in a negative sense forever. You know.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Right now it is because it's immediate. You just closed all of them. You just lost credit age, but that's nothing that you can't come back from with just opening accounts once you get, you know, get reestablished basically. So, I mean, it seems like the worst right now, but it definitely could be worse. Like at least you're not killing your credit report right now.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I will.
Because I mean, it's not at all as bad as it probably seems to you. I'm sure it seems like the end of the world to you, but it's not really bad in a grand scheme of things that you just have closed accounts.
Well, that's what I kept telling them. I said, you know, you guys can look back through our payment history and our, you know, we've never not paid you, but we can't afford the interest anymore. And, you know, at that time you could blame absolutely everything on COVID, and COVID was 100%. I mean, we literally lost $170,000 in a year for our bit. Like when I tell people that they have no clue, like COVID may have like made you lose your job, but when it affects your business, it's a whole different 100. Like I added it up, it was like
too, because you'll spend months and years to come back from that. So I mean,
Yep. So it is just, you know, we used to be able to pay our bills 2-3 months ahead. Now it's like week to week. So it's just a whole different mind frame that you got to try to figure out how to get out of it. So
you need to start building your business credit though, get in that 30 accounts, but get accounts that make sense, like a fuel card, being that you guys are in the trucking business. Like that would definitely be my first stop, a fuel card.
Okay.
And then that way you're able to start building business credit immediately. Once you get it to 80 or whatever, then you're able to explore different options in terms of funding and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Definitely, of course. I wish I had a better solution as always, but I mean, you are actively doing what you have to do. You're doing all that you can do at this point. Just got to
Yep.
see it.
Yep.
Just gotta
I
see it.
am. So try not to let it become so crushing.
Don't listen. It's
It's
not. I always the bill's gonna be there tomorrow. You paying all that you can. There's no point in letting it mess up every like all
yeah.
of it. It's just not it's not worth it. Whatever.
Yep.
You will come
Yep.
back to this. So
Okay.
go
Well,
get
you
paid.
have a
Go
good
get paid.
rest of your day.
You too. You too. You have an
Okay.
amazing day.
Bye.
Let me see. Hey Jackie.
Hey,
Hey Jackie. How
beautiful.
are
How are
you?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So, let's talk about this bankruptcy that I've been fighting now for about 18 months.
Okay.
I've done your boot
Give me a
camp.
little bit behind the scenes. What have you actually like exact steps that you've taken so far?
Okay, I bought the boot camp.
Okay.
I sent the letters.
All of your what step are you on? I'm saying.
I've made it sent trans. It's only on TransUnion.
Oh,
It's not on
okay.
Equifax and it's not
Okay.
on Experian.
Oh, let me ask you a question. Was your bankruptcy filed after 2018, November of 2018?
No, it was filed actually uh, June of 2016. But this is the thing. This is the hiccup. My name is not even on the bankruptcy. At
Hmm?
the time, I was married and I had myself removed from the bankruptcy. I have the paperwork. I've been submitting the paperwork to TransUnion
Uh-huh.
every time they come back with a response and they say it's been verified. I went to LexisNexis, ARS, and what is it, LCI. I
Mhm.
went to all of them asking about a bankruptcy. Nobody has a bankruptcy on me. LexisNexis had it, but they deleted it.
Okay. And TransUnion is not trying to hear it, right?
TransUnion not trying to. Matter of fact, TransUnion sent me a stall letter March the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
I respond back to them, sending them the same documents that I sent the first time, and I stated no. I am not in the credit repair services. I am repairing my own credit, and I sent that to them.
Mm-hmm. And
So
nothing.
nothing.
Have you contacted TransUnion via like over the phone to speak directly with the fraud department, being that they have a bankruptcy that does not include your name?
No, I haven't spoke to them on the phone. Did everything in black and white.
Okay, so I would try that only because it's not your actual bankruptcy. You get what I mean? Like even if it was your ex-spouse's, whatever the case may be, it's not yours. Even
Mm-hmm,
if you are still married, it does not matter because it's not yours.
mm-hmm.
So what they're probably doing is filing your disputes under a regular dispute and not like a fraud dispute in terms of identity that it's not your bankruptcy. So they're probably just thinking that you're just saying, "Oh, this is not mine," like 1,000 other people do.
Okay.
So you need to probably call them directly or even email them, or honestly, even both, and really push the issue. Hey, this is not my bankruptcy. Here's proof. You said you had whatever to prove.
Mm-hmm.
This is the CEO of TransUnion. They're in the UK. I would email them and call them and directly speak to the fraud department because they are filing that bankruptcy under you when it does not belong to you.
Great.
That's a whole different fight. Is if like it's not the same fight as though it was your bankruptcy. It's not your bankruptcy.
Uh-huh.
So you shouldn't even be fighting it in the same sense of a normal person because it's not yours. It does not belong to you. Your name is not included. You have paperwork to prove that you were dismissed from this bankruptcy. So it's not your responsibility.
Right. And my next thing is I have charge offs. And I know in your packet says once an account is closed, no interest can be added.
Not in totality, but keep
Okay.
keep
Okay.
going.
But so I've been sending letters back and forth with what is it, Experian and Equifax because I have an account that was closed maybe 2015, 2016.
Mhm.
And just recently they started adding interest to it.
What company is this?
Um, it's a loan company, People's Finance and Rural
So
Finance.
it was a personal loan that was
Mm-hmm.
charged.
Mm-hmm.
Personal loans they can add interest, but it depends. Okay, wait. How long ago was it charged off?
One of them was charged off like 2018, 19.
So recent. And then so they charged it off in 2019.
No, it was charged off in 2016. Back up. One account, I wrote my little stuff down so I can see.
Okay.
Okay, one account in 2018, it showed charged off. Then in 2019, it went back to collections.
So they sold it to a collection agency after they charged it off. Okay.
Okay. And just last month, it went back to charge off.
So do you have your credit reports in front? Is that what you're looking at?
No, I don't have it in front of me, but I wrote my information down.
Okay. So the collection agency no longer has the account. Is that what you're saying? So that's no longer on your credit report?
It's on my credit report.
So are both of them carrying a balance? Like, does both of them have a balance?
A past due balance?
No, a balance owed.
No, it has zero.
Okay, so the charge off has zero, but the collection has the balance, right?
I don't know, because I mean, when you say balance, it's like the balance owed. I have the balance says high balance says 3,058, but balance owed is 3,802.
And the charge off has a balance owed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to see if it's double jeopardy. So both of them cannot hold a balance. One has to say zero, and one can hold the balance legally. You said something about they sent it to a collections, but then last month they sent it back to the original creditor. Is that what you said?
No, it reported in mid-2018 it showed charge off.
Oh.
And then 2018 it came back and said collection.
Okay,
and
so
then
charged it off, sold it to collection, and then
last month it showed back updated and said charge off. So can it go from a collection to a charge off, back to a collection, back to charge off?
So the collection agency can certainly send it back to the original creditor, but that would mean that the collection agency no longer is holding a balance. So that's why I was asking you about the balance, because that definitely matters and could be the reason why you get it deleted. So I don't know without looking at it, of course, but you need to make sure that when they did send it back to the original creditor, the collection agency, you need to make sure that they are now reporting a closed account with a $0 balance. Because if they're not, then they are also claiming ownership of the debt at the same time as the original creditor, which is illegal. It's called double jeopardy.
Okay, I don't see a collection agency for this account. I only see the original owner.
Okay, so it's not in collections. It's just charged off.
It's just with original owner.
Oh, right, because the charge off will stay with the original owner is what I'm saying. So what were you talking about when you said it was sent to collection?
No, it doesn't. It just says C on the report, like C for collection.
And so you've never had a collection account on your report for this account?
No.
Okay, so that's good. Well, that just means that it's not double jeopardy how I initially.
Yeah. They just been with the original creditor. I have not seen a collection agency on there. It's reported, like I said, Experian and TransUnion.
Experian and TransUnion. Okay, and so it just sounds like that they charged it off. And when was the first date of delinquency? You said that was 18, right? So yeah, at this point, if they're not selling it to a collection agency, there shouldn't be any other changes on the account.
Okay.
For 180 days of the account being charged off, it's considered a dead account. Like it's no movement. It should be nothing. So we are definitely past the 106 months after it was initially charged off, and that they are now making changes now, unless they have recently just sold it to a collection agency. Then there should be no more changes on the account, and you can challenge that for sure.
Okay.
So that can be a way that you can challenge it, but you do got to make sure that they didn't just sell it to a collection agency. Like even if it's not on your credit report, you can call them and ask them, do they still have the account, or do they sell it to a collection agency? Don't tell them what you're trying to do. Just ask them, hey, do you guys still have ownership of the account, or was the account assigned to a collection agency? Something simple like that, just so you can see the current status of the account without letting them know you're trying to dispute the account.
Okay.
You got to figure out the current status, because it's a little strange that it is updating 2+ years after it was charged off and it's not being sold or transferred. Because typically it would be sold or transferred, which wouldn't be anything unusual. It is more so unusual that they're making changes and they didn't sell it. So I will be looking into that because you may have a collection on the way. So if you do, you can get in front of that by sending a debt validation letter so that you can possibly stop that, because even if they do sell it to collection agency, it'll not ruin your credit, but it'll hit your credit and ding your credit again for the same account. And there's nothing you can do about it because they can legally sell it. So if they did sell it to a collection agency, you need to get in front of it before it hits your credit report, like ASAP.
Okay. And my last thing, an account reporting charge off every month. I have that going on.
After 180 days?
Oh, yes. This is every month. This has been for the past 3 years.
And they're just reporting charge off every month. What company is this?
GM Financial.
Have you challenged this account yet?
Yes.
What have you done?
I've done the charge off letter and the collection letters that was in the boot camp pro in the package, DYI.
Right. No, I mean, okay. So did you start with round 1? And then
round 2, round 3, round 4.
What are they saying? Have they updated it? What exactly are they replying with?
They just saying it's been updated. Account, this account does belong to you. That's what it comes back.
Have you ever replied to them and tell them that you were never disputing the ownership of the account? Because that should have been a reply if they're saying that this account belongs to you. You're using the DIY kit. We are not denying ownership. So I appreciate you for investigating this account. I noticed that you are stating that the account belongs to me. That was never up for debate. I'm not disputing the ownership of the account. I am simply asking you to investigate the account to ensure that it is completely accurate across the board, or something like that, right? Okay. You need to directly respond to what they are responding to you, or you'll just get stall letters. If you're just constantly sending letters that really is not a response to what they're sending you. If they're saying we verified that this account belongs to you, that should automatically yield a response from you stating, okay, I never said it didn't belong to me, but that still does not mean that everything is accurate on this account. Okay. Because they'll try to get you with that. That just means that they are filing your disputes improperly. So they're filing you under the disputes, the same as though someone who is denying ownership, which is an easy dispute for them and basically bad news for us, because it's super easy for them to prove the accuracy or the ownership of the account. Okay. So you may need to start your process all over. That's what it sounds like. When is the last time you sent the dispute letter in?
March. No. April.
Also last month. Have they responded to the one last month yet? So you're going to have to wait until they respond, because they got this dispute filed wrong. The dispute code that they assigned to this dispute is incorrect. And the only way to kind of like redo that is to wait at least 60 days and then start over. Okay. Or you can call them and tell them to close all of your investigations or all your disputes, basically.
Okay. Call them and tell them to close it all.
Yeah, because you need to start off. They are not filing that properly at all. Okay.
All right. I can do that. And I think that's it, because like even from the bankruptcy that's on my thing, I did a secure card and a pledge loan.
Okay. And how are those going?
They're going great. The pledge loan is supposed to be 6 months. I made a big payment on it, and they told me I need to make another payment to July.
You're not paying it off early though, right?
No, Okay. I'm gonna pay the last payment on the 3 days before it's due.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, don't pay it off early, but okay. I get
what my Discover card, I used it. I paid back right back on put money back on there.
So your utilization is low as well.
My utilization is 17%. I have a military star card. I put a big payment down on that. I only owe $1,000 to that. And then I have
is the charge off, and then that collection that we were talking about,
and the bankruptcy.
Oh yeah, in the bankruptcy on transaction. Okay. So I mean, okay. So you know what to do with the bankruptcy. Your collection, that collection, you gonna have to start over because they.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see, who am I doing? My bad. I don't know. It must have been a package. Okay. What?
All right.
But yeah, so what we were saying, yeah, so you need to start that collection dispute all over because they have that disputed wrong. So you're going to constantly be getting stall tags if you just continue to send letters for this particular investigation. You need a whole new one.
Okay. And do I need to start? Do I need to open any other type of account to have my, what you say, to build my credit up with the
How many
Discover?
credit cards do you have?
I got a Discover card. I got a military star card because I'm a military vet, and I have the car loan. I have a pledge loan.
It sounds like you have enough open accounts right now. You can get your utilization down some more for sure. Like the 17, you got more points that you can get just by lowering it under at least 10% if you can.
Okay.
So that's something definitely that I would recommend. I would not recommend that you open up another account right now because it's not really going to do anything for your credit profile because you already have a good credit mix. So I would not recommend that right now for sure.
Okay.
Just would more so focus on getting. Oh, you hung up. You hung up. Hey, Rosa.
Hi, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I just have, I believe it's just 2 questions. I have a medical collection it was for like an ambulance for my daughter, and the insurance is supposed to pay it, and apparently it never did. And up until recently, I really wasn't concerned about it because I just kept paying my cards. Everything was good. But now I'm in the process of trying to help my sister try to get a home and help her probably have to get it under my name. It's an emergency situation. And I tried to call them and just see if, I mean, I'm willing to pay it. It's only $680 if they would delete it. I'm sorry? Yeah.
It's with who? What type of collection?
They're called, it's Commercial Acceptance Company or Central Old Bridge EMS.
Okay, so it's medical collection?
It's under collections, yes.
It's a medical, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, and when are you say you're buying a house or?
Yeah. Well, within a month or 2, I would like to start the process of trying to buy a house for my sister. So that's the only thing. This was placed on 2018. It seems it updated in 2021 of December. That's what I see in my cards, and it's not reporting to TransUnion. It's reporting to Equifax and the other one, but not TransUnion.
So if you only have one medical collection on your credit report, it's definitely not going to stop you from buying a house. So I'm not even concerned about you buying a home with just one medical collection. And plus, with the new laws, well, it's $600, but if you can get it under $500, it would have been deleted from your credit report anyway come July. So, it's May, you said about a month. So I don't even think that the medical collection will stop you from getting a home. What else is on your credit profile? Like, what active accounts do you have?
Yeah, I have my credit cards. I have like maybe 10 credit cards, but they're all good. The utilization as of next week, I'll be able to have everything under 5%.
Okay, so you're doing great with utilization, credit mix, credit age. The only thing that's on your credit report is this medical collection, right?
Yeah.
Well, so you can definitely challenge them with the HIPAA letters. Like you can challenge it, but I mean, the whole thing with medical collections, low balance medical collections, they're about to be deleted in about 45 days anyway. So you can challenge it, but by the time your challenge is over, it may have already been deleted anyway. But even if it's not deleted, that one medical collection is definitely not going to stop. I've never seen one single medical collection stop a home purchase. Just because homeowners and lenders, they're just a little more lenient when it comes to medical, especially like I said, with the new medical laws, it'll probably be deleted anyway. So you can challenge it or you can wait. It's just, whatever you decide to do.
Okay, and so for them to delete it, do I have to pay it? Because I know that I hear it's like the 500 thing. Should I pay it and then wait till they delete it?
I would settle it if I were you. Like I say, you owe 600, I would offer like 150, maybe even $100 or something like that. I would settle it because if you have it settled come July, it's going to get deleted anyway.
Yeah, because I tried calling them.
The full thing though, if that's what you're asking. No.
Because I tried calling them and they were not having it. Like I called just to, I said, I see that you guys are saying that I have a credit, and something in collections here. And, you guys, I would like to negotiate something or at least a pay to delete or something. And they were like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We can't do that. And
ask for a pay to delete. Being that is medical, I will more so just ask, hey, will you accept $150? That's all I got, right? Like more so work out a settlement and not a pay to delete, because once it's settled, it's going to be deleted anyway with the new law.
Okay.
So they don't have any incentive to give you a pay to delete because they're fully aware that the new law was passed. It starts in July. They know already if the balance is under $500, it's going to be deleted. If it's settled or paid, it's going to be deleted. So I wouldn't even ask them for a pay to delete. It doesn't matter. It'll be deleted anyway if you settle it.
Okay. And just one more question. My sister has something on her credit with it's like a Verizon $200 thing that happened. It's just our parents passed away like 4 months ago, and just like everything back to back, it's just everything got crazy. And she was doing well and everything, and just this one little thing of Verizon just popped up in her score, because we're trying to figure out what we can do. Either I get the house or she gets the house. And I'm just wondering, how can I go about that? Should I reach out to them and have
what
them take it
collection
off? It's straight Verizon. She tells me it's just on. It's a Verizon collection.
Well, so they'll have to have Verizon. They'll have to have a collection agency. Maybe she is just not aware of the agency. But I mean, the only thing she can do is try to challenge it. But the thing with Verizon, the crazy part is they're really hard to be deleted, only because they are always going to validate the account. Their records are typically top tier. She may have to settle that account. She also may have to settle that account. And depending on what collection agency she's with, she may be able to get a pay to delete. I'm not sure because I don't know which one it's with. I will say Verizon typically goes with, I can't think off the back of my head. Let me see. I don't know. We would have to find out the agency, but let me see. I don't know. I don't know the agency, but you need to find out the agency and contact them directly to see if they'll offer a pay to delete.
A pay to delete, okay.
Yeah,
and if not, she can.
Verizon, so the thing is, they're so hard because they typically have their own collection company if they don't send it to a portfolio. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if they sold it off or if they assigned it to their in-house, because it's a toss-up with Verizon. They have in-house collection, but then they also use portfolio, which that's not I would hope if they are with portfolio, if she pays it, it'll be deleted. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, if they're with their portfolio. You know what I mean? So look on her, tell her to get her credit report to see who is assigned to that collection agency, and then work out a settlement.
A settlement, okay.
That's credit cards.
So she works. Yeah, she has. I've been helping her to get her credit on point, and everything is good. It went up because she, like, what she owed, we put down the right utilization and everything. It's just that Verizon thing is just popped out of nowhere.
Oh, it's new.
About, I think 4 months ago, because about 4 months ago, I believe.
Okay, so a 4-month-old collection, if she's trying to close on a home now, she needs to settle it. I wouldn't even, if you're talking about next month, you don't have a lot of time. That ain't even enough for a full round of dispute. So you might just want to settle it anyway, because y'all don't have a lot of time. So it's not like y'all can challenge and wait for the response. Y'all have a month. So the only thing you can do is to settle it at this point.
So then if when we settle it, it'll stay in the report or no? Do you know?
depend if it's not with portfolio, if it's with their in-house, then yeah, it'll stay, but it'll just show paid, which your lender will prefer to see it paid than unpaid. But it definitely still has a bearing on her score for sure.
Okay.
Because it is a fresh collection. So that's the only kind of like worry that I have.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Hey, Bo.
Hi. Little technical difficulties in the beginning.
Yeah, but I didn't even know y'all couldn't hear me. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like if you sounded like a munchkin. I could hear it, but then you sounded like you were underwater, and it was just crazy. I had to move to a different part of the house. But my issue is I had a credit card. The whole story, COVID hit. I got really, really sick for about 2 years. I'm finally back to work. I had a large debt on a credit card, which is Bank of America. They just sent me the letter. It says it's a debt collector, but it doesn't specify on my credit report. Mm-hmm. So should I just, instead of sending the rounds of, should I just settle with them to do a pay to delete? Or, because it's a large debt, so I'm going to have to pay some money, which I've already understood.
Wait, catch me up to speed. Is this a charge off or a collection?
It says it's a charge off.
Okay, and what kind of collection this is? Is it a credit card? Okay. And
Bank of America.
Oh, okay, Bank of America. So do you know who the collection agency is?
It says NCB Management Services.
Okay. Oh. They don't typically sue though. That's a good thing, but they don't do pay to deletes. I don't think NCB does pay to delete. So let me see. I don't think they do. Have you challenged them at all?
No, I was waiting to challenge them because I didn't know whether or not they were going to just say, well, you need to settle it outright. Because when I was trying to keep up with the payments were like, once the zero financing went off, my payments were like $300-400 a month. And I'm like, yeah, that's a little tight. And then I tried to send a payment like right before I got really, really sick. Mm-hmm. And then it still shows on my bank account, like when I go on my app and I look at my credit card, but it doesn't allow me to do anything with it. It just tells you that you need to pay this and this, that, and the third. And then when I got the letter, I was like, okay. And then I pulled my credit report. I was like, oh, okay. So it's a collection and it's not a debt buyer.
So was it ever charged off? They never charged it off. They just
yes. On when I look on because I pulled all my credit reports, it says that it was charged off.
Okay, so it was charged
and
off.
It shows a balance on my credit report.
And they sent that to, you said NCB, or was that the last person? I don't know if I'm getting them mixed up.
No, it was NCB Management Services.
Really? That is strange because they're not typically a debt buyer, but now I'm wondering, are they now? Because why would they have a charge off account? 1 second, I'm just trying to see if I didn't use it. So what have is NCB on your credit report yet?
Yes.
So they did land, okay. Oh, they do buy debt. They are a debt buyer. Now. That's strange. Okay. So it was a charge off account and now they sold to a debt buyer. What is the balance, if you're comfortable with saying? Because I know you said big. So
$9,000.
Oh, it's something that you definitely got to deal with for sure. But you knew that.
Yeah, no, I realized that. I mean, I told them, I had Discover closed my account, but I'm paying them.
Oh, that's who it was with. Discover.
No, my Discover card, they automatically closed my account, but I was paying them consistently. But I opted to lower the payment, and when I opted to lower the payment, they closed the account, which I didn't want them to do. But they just decided, well, we're going to close the account and then we can revisit it in another year. And I'm like, well, the whole purpose of, I said, you offered me a lower payment, but you didn't tell me that by doing this, that I would close my account. So there was nothing I could do about that, but I still continue to pay them. Like half of the debt is already paid off. But with Bank of America, they just decided, hey, listen, we're just going to charge this off. And then, of course, they sent me the notification in the mail that says that, we understand that you're in a, financial position, blah, 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 blah. We're a debt collector. And, the purpose of this letter is to collect the debt.
Right. Okay. Settlement. Okay. The thing, because have they tried any legal action at all?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. How, so.
And I'm trying to avoid that because I know that probably at the end of the year, because I'm dealing with my mother's finances as well as mine, that I'm probably going to have to, assist her in hers.
Right.
And, because I'm an only child.
So that's a lot.
Okay.
Right. If it's a $9,000 debt, have you had any conversations with them about settling it?
Not yet.
So they haven't even mentioned we'll accept 30%, 40%. They haven't even. So then you can go in and see if you can try to offer around like 30 and 40. They may definitely make you get closer to 50, but of course, always start low. I don't think they're going to delete it. So I don't even, you can try to ask, but I don't think that they'll delete it. But it is such a large outstanding debt. You would much rather get it settled anyway than sued, of course.
Right.
So if you owe $9,000, I would, whatever 30% of that is, I will offer like a few thousand, but then of course, like if you have to make monthly payments, you have to make sure you put that in your letter, because they can say, yeah, well, it's 1,000, but you got to pay it today. If that's not possible, you got to make sure that you say within monthly increments of $150 or whatever.
Right.
You need to contact them ASAP though, because I don't want them to sue you.
Okay.
Our debt buyer, it's a large debt. I don't want it. So you need to be proactive and contact them, because if you wait for them, it could be waiting for a letter from their attorney, which you don't want.
Right.
So yeah, you're gonna have to contact them to offer a settlement, pretty much. So, do you have the settlement letter?
Yeah, I do. I will definitely get up, but I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, I don't want to waste time in trying to validate it, because it's such a new account that I'm pretty sure that Bank of America will be able to validate all the information that's on the account or whichever. I think the only other question,
consistently across the board, have you checked that?
Say that one more time.
Is it reporting consistently across the board, like throughout
Yes, it is. It's reporting and I was like, well, wait a minute, it's a debt. It says collection and it says charge off, but it's reporting the balances across. That was the first thing that I checked. I was like, well,
what about the dates? What about the dates though?
The dates are all correct.
They got everything.
I was looking. I had a lot of time home. I was paying attention.
Yeah, so this account is likely going to be validated, because that's not unusual for really large debts either, because of course with a debt that large, that definitely usually makes sure that they are on point. So yeah, settle it, because even if you challenge that, you run the risk of being sued, and is it worth it at that point?
No, it's not. Like I'm like, listen, I never said that I wouldn't pay my debt. I've always been like that. I built my credit up before. When I bought my house, I built it from like a 500 to like a 700 credit score, bought my house, and then, life happens.
Yeah.
And now this, like, even with the other question that I had is that I modified my mortgage.
Okay.
And what they did was once they updated it, that was great. My score went up, but then they turned around in the same month and put modified on my credit report. And I'm like, how y'all do that?
That didn't affect it that much, right? It didn't.
Yes, it did. It tanked it. I was like, really? 30? It went like 40 points.
40 on credit card?
40. 4-0. I counted. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, the whole idea of me waiting this long to update it. And then I was like, oh, okay. So then my score shot up. I was like, oh, great, no problem. And then I turned around and I was like, well, wait, what's this? I think I went to consolidate something, and they were like, well, it came up. So I went and pulled, and I said, oh my God. I was like, that's dirty. Like that's just trifling to me. But I'm
So
like, so what was the purpose of y'all doing all of that?
Your FICO score went down 40 points? Not Credit Karma, but like
no, my regular credit score. My FICO score dipped. It didn't dip as much, but it still impacted me.
It still impacted. Okay, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, dang, 40 points for my
Oof. Crazy. I think I'd have been on the floor crying.
Yeah. I mean, but let Credit Karma report what they want to report. Lenders don't care about that anyway. At least your FICO score did not tank that much. That's good. Because I mean, you're going to come back from just that small loss of credit age. That's going to come back. Like I wouldn't even worry about that for sure. It's more so about settling it before you get sued.
Okay. And the last question that I had is that I have very, very old accounts that are closed. Like I had a Sears account that I had paid off and it was closed, but it's years old. I don't know why it's still showing on my credit report. Can I just ask them to remove it? I mean, because they're old debts. Like they're all paid off.
Wait, so they're paid off, right? And they just reporting closed, right? That's your credit history.
And it says that it's closed by the creditor. So is that negative or is that positive?
So it's one of those things that's like the actual sand does not have a direct impact on your score, but I mean, definitely lenders can see if it was closed by the creditor, what happened? Did the person not they can only assume basically what happened because of course they don't know, but it's neither here nor there. It's the old account. Basically what's that doing? What that is adding to your profile is credit age. If you get that deleted, that credit age as well. So it's just not worth it. It's not a bad account, not doing damage to your credit profile. I would not try to dispute that. I would leave that on credit history.
Yeah, because even with I had like an equity line of credit when I bought the house, and then once I paid off the debt, because I went and I had a whole bunch of repairs done as soon as I bought the house, so they extended me a line of credit. Once I paid them off, they closed it, and then it says closed by the creditor, and I'm like, but I paid y'all on time.
Naturally closed. It just closed. All loans have a closing date, so. That's your credit history. Do not get that deleted. Do not get that deleted.
Okay.
The goal is never to have a young credit profile or an empty profile. You want as many positive accounts on your credit report, whether closed or open. It's all your history. So don't get that deleted.
Okay.
Closed doesn't mean bad. It just means that it's not open. So.
Okay. All right. That was it. Thank you.
They get to knocking on your door, settle it because I'm
gonna reach out to them today so that we can just arrange this so I could just knock this out. I ain't got time.
Get it over with for real, because I mean waiting is just gonna add more stress.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you have an amazing day. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all your help. I mean, like even purchasing your boot camp that helped me a great deal to know what, instead of spending $120 and $130 when you could actually do it yourself. All you got to do is just follow the template, follow the prompts, and then it's just that simple. And if you forget stuff, you set a reminder, you put it in your calendar, you put it on Google, you put it on your alarm on your phone. That's what you got an iPhone phone. You spend $1,100 on a phone. You might as well utilize everything that you have. iCalendar, they have apps for that. So and you just go from there. PDF files, you can fill in the blanks. That's it.
I tell people all the time, it's so doable to do, to repair your own credit. You just got to put that time in. You just got to do it.
Right.
Hold yourself accountable.
Right. You want something, and what you want, even trying to, because I in the process of that, I started, my own business. I got a tax ID and all the above. So now I have to take the steps to rebuild this so that eventually I'll be able to have business credit as well. So
definitely. But you get your personal credit popping, and it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to build business credit because all the
it absolutely is.
So,
and it's doable. You gotta work at it, and you gotta be consistent and not accept no financeable. Yeah, I know what you said, but I can offer you this because at the end of the day, a lot of these companies, they write stuff off, and instead of you doing it, I'm like, we've got student loan debt and everything else that's going on. So you utilize it. You take advantage of what you have. If you have the opportunity to stay home and work from home and you can't remember something, be responsible enough to say, hey, listen, can you remind me that I got to send this letter? Can you remind me that I got to go, put this stamp out there? And
Your phone, you're looking at your phone anyway. Your phone gonna remind you. So
Right. Exactly.
you gotta do.
Exactly. So why don't you utilize what you're doing? So,
Very true.
but thank you so much. You have been a blessing to, I'm sure, everybody that's on here.
Thank you, for real. Seriously, thank you. Like seriously. And shout out to you for taking it upon yourself and applying the steps, because I could teach all day. You don't apply them,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like it doesn't help. So shout out to you for holding yourself accountable and just doing it. And you clearly see that you can do it. So that's amazing. And you have an amazing day. Oh, I cut you off, but I heard you. All right. Who are we going to pick? Rashada? Hey.
Yes. Hi.
How you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. And yourself?
I'm good. I am good.
So, okay, I'm gonna try to be quick because I know they got a lot of people. I'm sure there's a lot of people. But so I have two quick things. One, I have a collections from a timeshare.
Oh.
I know. So basically, I did all of the steps. I did all of your beginning steps, like cleaning my. I had an extra social security number, addresses, all that stuff. Did all that.
Credit report.
And I only have one collection, and that's this. I didn't even notice I had it until I started doing all of your steps, right? So right now it's only on TransUnion, Equifax and Experian. Easy. They took it off. Well, I tried to call them. I wrote the letters. I'll call TransUnion, and I think I made them mad when I started debating it because it was like $2,800. Now they're adding late fees on the collection every month.
Who's adding?
So now it's Aspen National Collections. So now it's at like $31.96. When I started calling, it was at like $28. So I even called TransUnion and I was like, it's the collections, like how they add late fees. And they keep saying, oh, we'll dispute it. And of course it keeps coming back verified. So
and oh, wait, let me see. So
it's in my husband's name. It's not even in my name. The timeshare, when we first got it, we weren't even married. So it's not in my name. Like it's kind of like our house. Like loans are in his name, title is in my name.
And
I sent them proof. It's on my credit report.
Is it on his? Or just
no, not on his. I even called him and was like, transfer it to his. It's his. They will not listen. So, and it's only on, it's been there since June 2018.
Wait, because you done lost me with the, okay, let's take it a step back. So you know for sure that your name is not on this timeshare?
Absolutely. I already sent it to him.
What'd you send to him?
The contract, the loan contract with my name nowhere on there.
Why you send him the contract?
Well, I sent it to the company because they called me. They called me, not the credit bureau, but the collection, because I tried to start with them when I saw it. And they were like, this is your loan. I'm like, it's not mine. I keep everything. Like, I literally keep everything. My husband hates that I keep everything. But I keep everything. I was like, we weren't even married yet. So I know this is not Mr. and Mrs. Torrance because I was still a walker. So
your signature nor your name is on this contract. I just want to make sure before I give you this.
No, my signature is not on the contract. Like my name is on like the title portion. But you know how they give you like a loan where you take out the money and you know, it's paid off. So I think this is
on your credit report. The title has no bearing on your credit report, so we ain't even gonna bring the title in. They
so
can't.
That's where my name is. But as far as the loan stuff, like I never, he always does all that. So that's how I knew that from the beginning. But I think I really made him mad because he was like, well, you should just pay it. And I'm like, well, it's not mine. So once I talked to whoever this guy was at Aspen National Collections, now I'm starting to get these late charges. Like they charge like $30-some every month. So I get an alert from Credit Karma, like your collections balance has went up. It was on pause from 2018 until this year.
Okay, if you're just the logistics of it, if your name is not on the loan, it doesn't matter if it's on the title because the title is not on your credit report. The loan is on your credit report, right? If your name is not on that loan, it cannot legally be on your credit report. I don't care if you've been married for 50 years. Right. It doesn't matter because y'all are separate people. So that's step one. Number one, it don't matter what Aspen or whatever they say, it does not matter what they say. If they are illegally filing it under your name, that is illegal, and that is considered fraud, actually. So
I heard you say that earlier. I've called everything but like the fraud. I've called like wrote the letter, and then I've called TransUnion to speak to somebody, but they're like a normal customer service rep.
Yeah,
we'll follow. I'm like, I did that already 5 times.
Yeah, so if it's an account that's on your credit report that is not yours, it doesn't matter if it's your mom, sister, brother, it does not matter. It's not you. That is not your account. It should not be on your credit report. Period. That's where it starts and ends. So you can do one of two things. You can file an identity theft report against the company because it's not your loan, and they should not be opening a trade line in your name if they don't have, because you had a contract. Your signature wasn't on it, right? Your name or your signature was on it. There's no way that the account should be on your credit report, regardless. So you can go to identitytheft.gov, file a police report, send it to the credit bureaus, also call them, speak to their fraud department. That's one way. Another way is you can even go directly to the CFPB and file a complaint against the company directly, upload the contract, upload proof that you sent it to them, you brought it to their attention, and they are still like ignoring you, because it's two different ways that you or both. Honestly, you can do both, because the company know that they know that they should not do that, which is probably why they're trying to add on all these fees and stuff like that, because they know they're at the end of the road. That's not your contract. So regardless of if you was there, if your husband, it's not yours. So it should not be on your report. That's on them that they got the wrong person's information. That's on them. That's not your job. So I
should call or do I write? Like, do I just call TransUnion and tell them, fraud?
You're gonna have to. So in order to cover your bases, I would get the identity theft report first. And you can go to let me type it, identitytheft.gov. Let me hold on. And they're gonna ask you, like on there, you just put you wanna report identity theft, and then they're gonna ask you, do you have an account on your credit report that's not yours? And you would just go through the prompts. You would put that account. They're gonna give you a form to print out. You would print that or save it, and then that's what you would use to send to the credit bureaus to outline that account is fraud. I mean, that account is not yours. But then you do need to follow up, like maybe 2 weeks after you send it, to speak directly to their fraud department at TransUnion, just to make sure that they got this dispute and they did not just send it like a normal dispute. Make sure that they are coding this dispute as fraud.
Okay.
It's identity theft. So then you speak to them, hey, just checking to make sure that you guys received my police report, etc. My identity theft report, I'm sorry, etc. They're gonna say, yeah, we're still investigating, whatever. And that should be all that it takes. But if not, that's what we still have the CFPB for, because you do have proof that the contract does not include your name. I wouldn't even mention husband. Even when I'm talking to the CFPB, because that's not their business either. This account is not mine. My name is not on it. I wouldn't tell them nothing because it doesn't matter. It's not your account.
Okay.
And that's it. I wouldn't even mention a title. A title is not on your credit report. The only thing that's on your credit report is the loan. So title doesn't matter either, because you can buy a house and be on a title and not be on the loan, and that loan should not be on the credit report either.
Exactly. Nothing else. None of the good stuff on my.
What happened was they maybe couldn't find your husband's information, and because your name was on the loan, the title, they were like, let's just put it on there. She don't know. They just figure most people don't realize. Most people think that if they're on the title, they should be on the loan. No, those are two.
And it's the only thing on there. So that's why I really noticed. I'm like, it's the only collections I have, and it's gone from everywhere but here.
Yeah, no. So absolutely not. They don't get to just put your name just because you're on the title. Like, hell no. Hell no.
Yeah. You should have heard him talking back to, like, when he realized I wasn't just gonna pay it, he got all hostile, and I was like,
oh, of course, because they know that they are wrong. They know that. Trust me. And first of all, if you would have just sent them a debt validation letter, if you would have caught it in time and sent them a debt validation letter, this would have never touched your credit report either, because they just couldn't justify that. But you probably were so happy that you never, challenged the account prior to it landing on your credit report, that now they think that it's just stuck. Like, you won't do anything else about it. Absolutely. Like, okay. No.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure I asked, because I heard you say
title. Don't let them try to fast talk you and try to make you believe that because you're on the title, you're supposed to be on the loan. No, those are two different documents.
Right.
Two different documents. You are not responsible for that loan if you are not on that contract, and that's just period.
Okay. All right, I got that one. My other question is, so we, and I think the lady right before me just talked about it. So we did a loan modification during COVID with Wells Fargo. basically what they did was during the process time, they told us, you don't have to make payments. So my husband was like, okay, that's fine. Even though we can, we won't. Well, we, did the loan modification or the COVID relief. It was like a COVID relief. Haven't had any late payments, anything like that. Well, 2 years after, now it's showing up 90-day, 3 late. Well, I guess like 3 or 4 late payments. So it was that grace period, right? So it was the grace period while it was getting approved. Now we have the late payment. So that's the only thing we have on like his credit report, and we're trying to do home improvements, and that's the only thing on his report. And so we've called, Wells Fargo. We tried to talk to him. Basically, they said, oh, it was the fine print. We said you didn't have to pay it, but you could have paid it and this wouldn't have happened. Is there any way we can dispute that, saying that we have never been late before or after?
So there's so you can't dispute that directly with the credit bureau, because then that will put the account in a position where it can be closed completely, and you of course don't want that. What you can,
well, that's our home mortgage, so it can never close, right? Because we still have to pay.
They can say that they no longer want to service the loan because you're challenging.
Oh, okay.
I would not. The point is, I wouldn't do that. What I would try to do, I don't know about Wells Fargo, but I would try to see if you can reach out to their executive team, explain to them the situation, see if they're able to at least forgive one or two. Like I would make it seem like if you even forgive one, that'll be doing me a big favor. We've never been late. Basically, just like plead your case. That does happen to a lot of people when it comes to modifications, because they do tell you like you don't have to pay it, but the fine print does state that if you do not pay it, they will have to report it to the credit bureau. So anything wrong, but it's kind of like that gray area where they know for sure that they didn't tell you the full, like they know people
and it really messes up his our approval process, like for the certain kind of loans. It's like, oh, you were late on your mortgage. We really so it hurts us like that. So
I definitely will reach out to I'm gonna see if I have. Oh, I think I got the old one. Let me see, because I know
because you did post one. It was a Mary or somebody with Wells Fargo, and we tried to reach that, but he said he never heard from.
What about Ellen Patterson? That's the one I got.
No, I think it was. I must have had an old one. I had like a Mary or something.
Yeah, I had Mary at first, and then Mary either retired, I believe, or.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I had Mary. So
let me see. This is the one I got right now. Try this one.
Okay.
Ellen.Patterson@wellsfargo.com.
Okay. All right. We will definitely try that.
And I would just, butter them up. Tell them, you love them.
That's what I told them. I was like, be nice. Be very nice. Don't do it like we mad about it, but, be nice, because just tell them how much we've been, a loyal customer. We paid. We got bank accounts.
Over the phone, though, customer service, they can't really do much. So I'm not even surprised that they didn't do anything, but I would definitely try that one to see.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have. That's all I have. Thank you so much. And like the lady before, you have been very helpful. I've been doing everything myself. My husband trying to do his, but I told him to get his own package. I bought my package.
He could have used yours. He could use yours, but no. Definitely do your identity theft report, though. Don't forget about that, because do not.
I will. Oh, I will. I'm doing it today.
That they even try that. That's crazy.
Exactly. I'm doing it today. I thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
All right, you too.
All right, T. Who we got next? Hey, She. I can't hear you. You muted.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay. How you doing?
So I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
So 2 questions. I'm doing a bankruptcy kit, and I'm on like the starter beginning phase where I'm sending letters to LexisNexis. Like I wrote all of the third party people, and LexisNexis got me and my husband bankruptcies. So my question is, with this letter, do I have to send my ID and socials and like a copy of my LexisNexis report or the number or whatever that's on there with the letter?
You're mailing LexisNexis, right?
Yes.
So yes, LexisNexis, you do need to send a copy of your ID. And you don't have to send your report number. I mean, you can, but that's not required. Just you do have to send your ID though.
So just the ID, not the social security, the social security card.
No. You don't have to send your social security card. No, you just have to list the last 4 of your social, but you don't have to send your full social nor the card. No, unless they explicitly request it, which is not likely unless like you have a mixed file. But yeah, no.
Okay. And then the next question is, do I have to freeze LexisNexis before I send the letters? I don't have to freeze them. Okay.
Because the goal is to get it deleted and not freeze it. Freezing does nothing really.
Okay, got you. All right, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, it was easy. Well, you have a great day.
You too.
All righty. Tanaya?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
So I had got a credit card from Navy Federal and they gave me a $11,000 credit limit and I was 19. So me and my sister spent that.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so they gave you 11,000 at 19.
Yeah. Okay, so then I kind of like blew that up and I had the cash rewards first, like the secure credit card from Navy Federal. So I had that one at a $500 limit and then the $2,000 and then that's when they gave me the Visa signature at $11,000.
Okay.
So I wasn't.
So what is the status of is it closed, the 11,000?
No, it's still open. But that's what I was going to ask you because I see other people saying about like their large debts and then they got the account closed and stuff. So I didn't know if they could do that to me.
Have you been paying? Have you been paying it?
Yeah, like my before I made a large payment on it, my monthly payments were, I think it was $225 a month, and then I had paid a payment of $4,500 on the credit card, so I only owe $7,000 left on it.
Okay.
So
they're not gonna close it, like as long as you're making at least the minimum payments, they're not gonna close it. But my fear is, of course, just making the minimum payments is gonna take you a long time to pay.
Well, yeah. So that's what I didn't know. Because me and my mom was talking about that. So I was making the minimum payment. Okay, so I had got another job so I could save up to pay off the debt just for that. So I was saving all my pay off the debt for that. So I was paying on payment while saving to pay it all at one time. So that's why 1 month instead of paying the minimum, I just went ahead and paid $4,000 instead of.
Oh, okay. So you're like balloon payments, like bulk payments. Okay. And then no, they're not gonna. So your concern is like, are they going to close the card or not?
Yeah, or if they're going to like, I don't know about charge-offs and collection stuff. So I don't know. I'm saying like I don't know if they're going to do that to my account or what.
The only way that they'll like close the account and charge it off is if you are at least like 90 plus days late. Like you just stop paying it and then months have passed and then they see that you are not going to pay it. That's when you have to start worrying about charge-offs. But if you are just paying, even if you're just paying the minimum payment, they still are not going to close it or charge it off. It's just going to take you longer. So they're making, that's how they make their money though. So like, honestly, even if you just pay a minimum payment forever, they making more money off you. So they're not really going to care. They're going to care when you stop paying. So you don't have to worry about like a charge off or a closed account as long as you're paying it.
Okay, because I'm actually just trying to pay it off because like my credit score is stuck at a 680. Well, I don't know, but I checked my credit score on the mission credit thing on Navy Federal, like my FICO score on Navy Federal.
Oh, yeah.
And they show that my credit score been stuck at 685 for the longest.
So and they could definitely be due to your utilization. Do you know your current utilization? Percentage?
75%.
Okay, yeah. So that's definitely, so with utilization, you want to aim at under 10% or lower, like between 1 and 10%. That's really going to give you the best scenario in terms of your credit profile and your credit score. Being that yours is at 75%, this is a rough math because I don't know all this on your credit profile. You are missing at least like 120 plus points that you could get by just lowering your credit utilization.
But then it's I just turned 20, so since I'm 20, I only have a year of like credit age.
And that's another thing, because you are so young, credit age is also not on your side either. You mentioned your mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does she have any credit cards that she's had for years? Regardless, it could be a $200, $100 credit card. Does she have any?
She does.
I don't know if she'll be open, but see if she'll be open to adding you as an authorized user on one of her credit cards. Because what that'll do is that'll add some credit age to your credit profile, and whatever, depending on her limit, it'll also help with your utilization as well. Now, of course, do this to an account that she pays on time, etc., all of that. But that'll help you in the meantime. But you definitely still do have to lower your utilization. I know you are working to lower it, so you are lowering it. But that could help you in the more immediate sense, because that utilization is definitely holding down your score and keeping your score stagnant for sure.
Yeah.
So do you have any collections or charge-offs or anything like that?
No, I only have 3 accounts, and they're all from Navy Federal. I got 2 credit cards and then my car. So those. Okay. And then since my credit utilization was so high, I went and got a secure credit card. I don't know if it was gonna help or not, but I went and got a secure credit card from Capital One, and I did a $500 to see if that was gonna help my credit utilization. So, because I'll have more credit limit available to me.
Yeah.
After 6 months of using it good, they would up the limit or anything like that. So I did that. But then I also was wondering, so what if I wanted to get a new car? I'm confused, like, since I have a car loan, when I went to go get a new car, would they include that in my debt? Because I would be trading the car in for a new car.
So they won't include the one that you're trading in, because that'll now be a closed account, right? So the only one that they will include is the new car, or in other words, the new account that you're going to open, which is your new car. So no, your old car will not be calculated into your DTI, but your new car will.
So so if I wanted to go get a new car, but I get my loans through Navy Federal. So if I apply for a car loan through Navy Federal, I would feel like they probably wouldn't let me get it because I already have a car loan like over here. So would I have to like give that car away first and make the loan go away and then get a new car?
No. So not necessarily like that. So basically, you'll ask them if they'll approve you for another car loan. Let them know that you are trading in your car. Well, when you do your application, you will put in your car. Like, they'll see that you're trading in a car. So they know that you're not going to have 2 outstanding loans. When you do your application, you will do an application for a trade-in vehicle so that they can see that you do have equity. Are you
okay?
You're not upside down on your loan at all, are you?
Or no, basically,
okay. So that's good. So you don't have to worry about that. I don't think that you'll have an issue with getting another car loan unless I don't think you'll have an issue because they see that you're making monthly payment. Navy Federal is usually really good with car loans. So I don't think that that'll be your issue at all. If you can lower your utilization before you get a car, you'll probably get better terms.
Yeah, I'm trying to
option
credit card by July. So
when are you trying to get a new car?
By the end of summer.
Okay, so you got a few months. So yeah, as much as you can pay on your credit card before you get your new car, that would help your score for sure. But a 680 is definitely not bad. And I mean, it's actually good, honestly, especially for how young you are. If you get added to your mom's credit card, that'll also help as well. So I would do all of that before you get your new car to see if it'll help with your financing terms.
Yeah, okay. Because I was supposed to buy a house for my 20th birthday. And
I was big. I love it, but you on my bad.
I was trying to get the house or whatever, and then I had got a pre-approval, but then I was bought the house. But it was kind of a struggle getting the pre-approval anyway because of my debt that I had. Like my credit score.
The debt you have is the credit card and the car, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that credit card, you're gonna have to get it down because your debt to income is obviously based on your income versus the outstanding debt that you have. I will say, if you're trying to buy a house though, I would not get a new car before that.
Okay, you would get it after?
After. It's always house.
I'm scared like if I get a house, then they won't let me get a new car because I would have like a huge house debt.
No. This is what you do. After you close on your home, you can go get a car the same day, and your house is not even gonna be on your credit report yet. It's not gonna be calculated into your debt to income for like 60 days, 60 to 90 days. It took mine like almost 120 days to show on my credit report. But like a safe number is probably like 60 to 90 days after you close. Your house is not going to be on your credit report for a few months. That's when people will get their car because their credit score is like high at that point. You don't have much debt to income ratio. I mean, debt to, you don't have much debt on your credit report, and your house has not touched it yet. So that's the best time after you close on your home. Don't get it before if you're worried about your debt to income ratio.
Okay, then.
Yes, I definitely will wait on a car if you're trying to get a house.
Okay.
But yeah, but your utilization though, that definitely, I don't like, that'll help for sure if you get your utilization down.
Yeah, because I use the little the tools they give you, like you can simulate your score and stuff, and it shows like when I pay it down to 10%, my score will be 752.
See, that's a lot of points. That's why I'm like, you are leaving a lot of points on the table with just your utilization, like with just your utilization. So I don't know what limit your mom has. If she has a larger limit, that'll of course help you more. But you know, that's something that can help you in a short sense. I mean, like immediately before you are able to pay it all the way down.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Did you have any more questions? Is there anything that you don't understand in terms? Because I mean, you seem like you're on a great path. So, I mean, I don't doubt for a second that you know what you're doing.
Hey, kind of like stalk your page.
Good. No, that's good. Look at you about to buy a house at 20. Like, if I could, I would have never been able to even fathom the idea of buying anything or financing anything at 20. So, the fact that you're already having these conversations, that's amazing. Like, seriously, that's why I'm like, you got any more questions? Because if anything that I can do to help you continue down this path, teach your friends, all of that, like, this is where we need to be as a community. So this is amazing. And congrats to you for even just taking that responsibility, because a lot of people your age is not worried about a credit score. So that's amazing. It's amazing. Keep doing that. Keep doing it. So if you do have any more questions, like, you definitely can ask.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any more questions right now. Thank you though.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And keep me updated on that house and stuff, because I'm definitely like waiting to see that. Like, I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. And keep it. You're welcome. You have a great day. That is so dope, man. If I was 20, I was not thinking about anything about buying a house. So that's like just amazing to me. Like, it's so good. Hey, Data?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So, I just found out about you like a month ago, and just like the last young lady,
welcome.
I've been stalking your page. So I paid a collection off before I knew about you, but the collection it's $88. It's from Verizon.
Okay.
It says collection, but it doesn't say anything like derogatory marks. It doesn't show as a derogatory. Is it because it's less than $100? Somebody told me that might be why.
Well, so a collection is a collection. So by default, a collection is a derogatory account. So sometimes, depending on where you're looking, they're not going to categorize it as derogatory because it's a collection. It's anything in collections is derogatory.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then what was my other question? Oh, so I'm working on getting my utilization down. So I got it from 80, because I thought I got it from 80 to 60, I think.
Okay. So
and I think after next month, it'll be under 10, because I already been working overtime to get it down. So, but yeah, I was just wondering about that collection, because I was confused. And then somebody said, oh, well, maybe because it's under $100. Somebody told me that. I don't even know if that's true. Like, but you said a collection is a collection. It doesn't matter.
A collection is a collection, but so with Vantage scores, if a collection is under $100, then they do take it away from your score calculations. But that's with Vantage. With FICO scores that matter, it is still calculated into your score. So, yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It is paid.
Yeah, my score right now is 685. So I'm like, that's not bad.
But so what? So because you, I was gonna say, wait, well, what's keeping your? Do you have any
my utilization probably?
Any
late payments? Not since 2.5 years ago.
Okay, so that's still having an impact on your score. Have you? Are those with closed accounts or open accounts?
What is it? I think 2 are closed and 1 open. City, I have 1.
You ain't got to get a Goodwill adjustment.
I'm just getting started. I just got your DIY kit and everything, so I'm just getting ready to get started on that.
Okay, yeah. I would definitely ask City for a Goodwill adjustment.
Because it was only one. It was while I was in the hospital. It was during the time I was in the hospital with COVID. So I'm definitely gonna ask them for that.
They normally good with
Actually, the other one was while I was sick too. So I'm gonna ask both for both. I mean, for all 3. Yeah. Yeah, but ever since then, no late. But even before that, no late payments. But COVID is hitting everybody hard. Like So before COVID, I didn't have any late payments, and then I wasn't working as much because I was working a lot of overtime. But then when I got sick, I couldn't work. So then that's when I kind of started falling behind. But I'm back on track. Like I haven't made any more late payments since I've been back to work. So it's only been it's been 2.5 years ago since I had a late payment.
And so you only have that one collection. That's it.
Yep, from Verizon.
That's good.
Yep.
So
all I have to work on is getting these late payments off.
Yeah, because your utilization is the only thing that's holding your score down.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that's holding your score down right now.
Yep, and I'm about to knock that down.
You about to knock it down. So you're gonna be in the 700. Like you.
I'm 685. I can't wait.
And it's coming. It's coming. Especially you said you were about to pay it off next month. You said
yeah. I've been working a lot of overtime because I'm like, oh, how much? I was trying to do the math on each card, and I'm like, oh, okay. If I pay this amount on this card, that'll knock it under 10. Because I'm trying. I remember you said actually it's better to be 1 to 9. So I said, well, right now let me do 9%. That way I'm definitely under 10. And then matter of fact, I only have 2 more cards that I have to pay that I will have to pay down after this, and all of my cards will be under 9% or less.
And then after a few 2-3 months of having it, ask for increases. So then you don't have to, you know what I mean, worry about that. But yeah, you know you're doing everything right.
I was like the other young lady. I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with her. Like I'm reading everything. I got your kits. I made little notebooks. I put the kit in a notebook. I'm like, oh, we about to do this.
Got a binder. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Yeah, but
Thank you so much. You've been such a help. Thank you a lot.
Definitely, but make sure you get that late pay. Challenge that.
Yes, I definitely. Oh, is this who I need to?
Yeah, that's the email that I don't know if that's the one that I have for Citi, and that's the one that typically works. Like they're really good with it. They do take a little while to reply though, so just
I can wait.
Be patient with them. They would be patient because
like I said, Citi only has the one, and it was 2.5 years ago.
Oh well, yeah. I think that they'll delete it. I mean, I
hope so. I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try, but I'm going to start writing my letters. Just changing the information and sending my letters.
And you were sick, so definitely use because you can, if they ask, you can present, doctor's note, whatever. So
yeah, absolutely. I was actually, even when I got out of the hospital, I was still sick for another like 2 or 3 months. Yeah, so I had a rough time. But I'm back. I'm good now. Thank God.
Right now, and that is all that matters. That's a blessing on the phone. So that's good.
Thank you so much. That's all I have.
You're welcome, and you have an amazing day.
All right.
Oh, I didn't cut you. I'll be doing that all the time. All right. Hey, Justine.
Hey, how you doing? So this is my first time ever getting on. So I didn't have nothing together. So I just scattered all my notes quickly on my notebook. But basically, my goal is to get in a house this year. So I have worked on my credit like 2018 myself, and I got my score up, but I wasn't ready to buy a house yet. I got all this credit, and I'm like, okay, that was my first time getting a bunch of credit cards, being credit worthy. So, I kind of lost it a little bit. So I charged off mostly all the cards that I had. And I did the shopping cart trick. So I had all of those community cards, and like some of them the accounts closed on its own. Like I didn't have late payments. I really didn't even use the card. I just got it because I got approved for it.
Right.
So now they are on my account as charge-offs, collections. It's like, oh my God. So now I'm back to square one.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's how I was wondering, because you said they closed. So they closed them and then charge. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So the balances are 0, but they're on my
since they've been charged.
No, well, actually, I didn't use the cards. So I guess they closed them because I didn't use them.
They could close them, but they can't charge them off because you didn't use them. Wait. We gotta figure out what's going on because they can't. You got your credit report with you?
No.
Okay.
But I did write them down. Like I have Wayfair, Boscov, Century 21, New York and Company, JD Williams. Like some of these places I never even heard of. But
wait, so they didn't charge them off; they just closed them, right?
So some of them are closed. See, I have 11 accounts that are closed, and then I have like 7 that are in collections. I know Midland Credit is a few of them for Community Bank. Yeah, like I have 5 accounts for Community Bank through Midland Credit that are in collections as of April 2022.
So those are,
and these accounts are from 2018.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's normal. But my whole thing, you said it was no balance.
Yeah, some of them had no balance. I'm not sure exactly which ones, but which ones that they put in collections, whether they had a zero balance, I would have to go back and look.
I mean, in order to charge them off, they would have had to have a balance or something, because they can't just charge off a $0 account. I mean, it's nothing to charge off.
Right.
So,
okay.
I'm just going to assume that the ones that sent to Midland were the ones that were charged off, were the ones with the balances.
But honestly, these balances, I don't remember like having these high credit limits. So could it be late payments, or I mean not late payments?
Yeah, it could be interest late.
Okay, so it must be the interest, because the limits, the amounts that are due are definitely higher than the limits that I was approved for.
Oh.
Yeah. Like 1,443. I didn't get
the balance with communities as 1,000.
Yeah.
And the limit was probably like $300.
No, yeah. So that's why I was confused. Like, where are these? And they all popped up last month at the same time.
Did they? They didn't group them. Did they group them all together?
No, they all are individual. I'm like, I see Midland Credit. One is for $1,443. One is for $953. One is for $910, and one is for $1,327. I'm like, I never got over these amounts, these limits, for sure. I know that for sure.
That I can think of. I wonder if they added like court fees or something like that. Like, you need to ask. First of all, I would ask for an itemized bill, because you need to justify the amount first. I would ask for an itemized bill. That's the first thing, because where are these charges coming from?
So ask for them from Midland Credit.
Yeah, they have ownership of the account now, so you are dealing with them. You can also send them a debt validation letter, which is the same as asking them for a breakdown. And also, have they tried to sue you yet?
No.
I'm real suspicious on what they're doing right now, because a $300 limit turned into $1,400, and they send it to Midland, which is known for suing. I'm worried about these accounts, because I don't know if they're trying to set you up for a lawsuit.
Oh God.
I mean, I'm just being real, because I mean, it's Midland funding.
Right.
If you know anything about them, you know that you'll be in court is what they do. So the best thing you can do is to get ahead of it and contact them, ask for. I would just send them a debt validation letter just to make it easy, just so they can present whatever they have on you.
So I did get your DIY kit. So would that be the letter that's in there? Okay.
It'll say recommendation. You need to send that ASAP, because we first got to find out where the charges are coming from, especially if credit limits were $300 or $250 or whatever, where the charges coming from. And dang, they sold 5. So it's 5 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5, and they all posted April 2022. I was like,
that's last month.
Yeah, just last month.
Wait, so are they on your credit report? Oh yeah, you said they are on your credit.
Well, as of I didn't check my official, like my free credit annual credit, but they're on Credit Karma. I see them on there.
They're on there.
Yeah.
I will send them a debt validation letter ASAP then, because that's pretty much the only thing you can do. You can challenge it with the credit bureaus, but that ain't gonna really get you nowhere.
Right.
I don't want them to sue you. I'm trying to see if they're trying to sue you or not.
Well, I hope not.
That's what they're known for. That's typical. So they did charge it off. So on your credit report, does community still have a balance?
I think so. Like I said, some of them are in collections and some of them are in charge off. Have been closed accounts. Is that the same thing? Collections and closed accounts? Okay.
That's why I'm like,
wait. It's like repetitive. Like, so all of them are in are considered closed accounts.
Right. So
but then those 5 are in collection. So it's like, I don't know.
And so the other ones are just closed. But so I'm assuming that those are the ones that did not have a balance, because they can't charge off a card without a balance.
No, but some of them have to be, the 5 that are included with the collections are definitely a part of the closed accounts, because I didn't have more than like what they listed.
I'm confused.
I'm confused myself.
Hey, so you only have 5 total accounts with community?
No, it's about 11. Wait, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8. And 5 are in collections.
And 3 are just closed.
Right. Well, they're all listed as closed.
Well, no. I meant like they are okay. So the account will close first, and then what happens after will determine like was it charged off, was it in collection. So that's why I'm like the current status of all of them. So 5 of them are
in collections. Yep.
And the other 3 are just on your credit report, but as closed with no balance due. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about the ones that are closed with no balance due because it doesn't hurt you nor help. You know what I mean? It's whatever. But the ones that are in collection, and so now you got me confused. So did they charge them off, or you don't know?
I don't know. The 5 that have the amounts that are in collections, I think they are charged off.
So they charge them off into collection. That would make sense if they're with Midland Funding. So because they're a debt buyer. So you got to send a debt validation letter because you got to see if they're trying to sue you or not. Because I think that they may be trying to sue you. Have you looked at your soft increase on your credit report lately?
No.
I would look at my soft increase to see if you see any attorneys, like attorney at law or whatever, whatever. Any unusual people looking at your report, any collection agencies, Midland, their attorney, I would see to kind of like gauge to see if they are setting you up for a lawsuit.
Okay. How can I see the soft inquiries again?
You got to pull your official credit report and you will report.com.
Okay.
And look at they call them soft increase or promote increase. Same. And just look to see who's in there. Because if there are any like attorneys, that's normally a sure sign that you are probably about to be sued.
Okay. So if that does happen, what would my next step would be for that? Do I have to go to court or
not if you settle before? That's why I'm like, if you can settle before and work out a payment arrangement so that they don't send you to court, but you got to do something ASAP before they send you to court, and then you mess around and get garnished or whatever the case. We don't want that. So get in front of it if you know you're getting sued
for the collection accounts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Not the other ones, but the ones that are.
So I will have to settle individually, or because they're all community, can they do one payment or no?
You can add. So if you give them permission to group them all together, then but they probably gonna make you close out them all separately just for legalities anyway. So you'll probably have to do them all separate for sure since they're different accounts.
Okay.
But like I'm sure you could talk to the same person and you'll just kind of go down the line on. This, but you need to first ask them where those charges coming from because that still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's why I got confused really because I'm like these amounts are very large.
I would ask for the breakdown first so you can make sure that all of the charges are justified and they're just not adding random charges because they will. So that's step number 1, and then number 2, you need to figure out if you're going to settle or not. But you got to do something. They're probably trying to sue you.
Right. Okay. So I had another question. So I do have Navy Federal. I use them as my primary bank. So I have a checking account and a savings account, and I also had the credit card, which they close. And I heard you talking before about if you pay the minimum amount, they won't close it. However, they closed my account, and I was paying a minimum amount.
Were you ever late?
No. Go back to my history. I go to my account. It's all green. No 30-day, no 60-day, no 90-day. What I did was I called them and asked them because I was confused because it's still, when I log into the app, I can still see my balance and I can still see like they still charge for payments, for a monthly payment. So that's why I was confused. So I called them and it was like, what happened was they had reviewed my account and it was up for review. And they didn't extend, I guess, the account.
Did you have any other cards closed within that time before they reviewed your account? Like not even Navy Federal, just like other outside accounts.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, that definitely plays a big role on credit card. I was just talking about that, how what you do with other accounts can definitely affect all of your credit card accounts because they'll do reviews and they'll look to see if you had any closures and if you're over your limit on any other credit cards, and then they will decide if they want to close your account because if they feel like they're next, they'll go ahead and close.
Okay, so that's what happened because the Midland Credit, they closed it. They closed the account, the Navy Federal in April too.
Yeah. So you had 8 credit card accounts closed, and they seen that. They assumed, I'm sure, that they'll be next, so they just went on ahead and closed the account, which they do that too.
So now, would they close my primary account?
Your checking account, like your bank account? So they don't typically close your bank account because you don't owe them. That is just a bank account. It's not a loan.
Okay.
But they can close credit card. They typically will close credit cards. They're not going to close a loan because you still owe them. You know.
Right.
It's typically only effective. I mean, it typically only affects credit cards or like lines of credit. But your bank account, no, they're not going to close it just because your credit score.
Okay. So my goal is I'm trying to get my utilization down for my active accounts that I have that are current, no late payments or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So now if I pay down those credit cards, will it increase my score and will it look better like on my whole profile?
Cause an increase in your score for sure if you lower your utilization for sure. And it'll make your credit profile look better, but it definitely will still, like those recent closed accounts that are charged off, really do still have impact on your score for sure. Like I don't even want to set an unrealistic expectation because they definitely will still see that, will still use that to determine if you're eligible for other products and stuff like that. So they still are affecting you. Once you settle it, then you can challenge them, but I would not challenge Midland unless you are going to settle because you do owe them so much money.
Right. Okay. So that was my next question.
Settle, I wouldn't be challenging them because all they're going to do is send you to court.
Okay. So I'll challenge them, get on a settlement payment, whatever. And then, not challenge them. I'm going to call them and then get on a settlement. And then once I get on a settlement arrangement, then I can challenge the account.
After
after I pay them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because at that point, you don't owe anything.
Right. Okay. So that's what I'll do with that. And then my other question, I was also an authorized user on someone's Navy Federal account with that closed. Can I challenge that and get that off my report?
You can just tell Navy Federal to disassociate you with that account. So you don't have ownership of that account. So if you don't want it on your credit report, it does not have to be.
Okay. So as far as late payments, I do have late payments on my car loan that I do still have. So can I get late payments off a active current account or no?
If the company will agree to remove them. What company is it?
Bridgecrest?
Girl, they not gonna remove Bridgecrest is not gonna do it. Bridgecrest, they're one of those ones. They are not helpful at all. So they're probably not gonna do it, but you can ask. You may be surprised, but I have never experienced them remove a late payment. So yeah, that's the only thing.
All right. Well, that's all I have. That's all I have. So the main thing is getting that Midland credit in order.
Yeah, girl, because they'll sue. They'll sue.
Okay. And I'm gonna check on my soft inquiries and see if they headed in that direction. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a great day, girl.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. Let's see who we're gonna call next. Terry? Hey, Terry. You muted.
I'm here.
Hey. No, not you, Terry. Hello. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. So hello. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you. I have been obsessing like everybody else. So wrote 750, TikTok, Facebook. I think TikTok was the first place that I saw you. And then I just kind of followed you everywhere else. And I literally stalk the Facebook group every single day. It's one of my top I don't post in there, but notifications, looking at everybody else's stories, advice, all that good stuff. So thank you. I was paying someone $100 a month for an entire year, and my score did not move, maybe 20 points. And then I started working on everything on my own, and it's changed drastically. So I got a couple of different questions. I don't have any big purchases coming up, but I do want to start business investments and business loans, stuff like that.
Okay.
So I opened a business checking account with Chase, and I know you don't do advising for business, but it is but more on the personal side because I want to do the personal guarantor because I don't want to open up all of the net 30 accounts and all of that stuff. So I've been working on my own personal account so that I can be a personal guarantor. My issue right now is on my credit report remaining. On my Equifax, I have a medical collection that I already tried to challenge.
Okay.
and it didn't come off. So what I did on my own was I went and I paid the original. But so I went and paid the hospital.
Okay.
And it was like $243. But the collection agency is still showing that I owe the debt to them. So it's been I think I paid it in February or March. And I asked the doctor office, would they pull it back from AMCO, who's the collection agency, and they said that they would send notification over to them, but it's still showing on Equifax. I didn't know if it was because it was slow and I need to give it more time. Do I just wait for July and they take it off?
Yeah, I mean, because it takes about 60 business days. So technically speaking, it has not been 60 business days if you paid it in March, depending. I mean, we pretty much probably approaching it if it is, because you don't count weekends or holidays. So it really makes it like 90 days. So I mean, I think you may be still in that time frame where they have not shown the changes on your credit report yet. But even still, being that you paid that, it's medical, it'll be off come July anyway. But keep what you were saying.
Okay. So that was the only thing. So I didn't know whether I just needed to wait or
like challenge it.
Yeah, or just try and challenge it.
You don't have anything big coming up, so.
Sorry.
I'm like, I know you said you're not purchasing anything big like before July.
No.
My only concern is, it starts in July, but how with every new change, it doesn't like come July 1st. It's not just all medical collections are going to be deleted. You know what I mean? Like it's probably going to take time. They're going to roll it out. It's probably going to hit some consumers first, and then over the next course of months, you'll start to see it being deleted from everyone's report. So that's the only thing. But like you said, you're not about to purchase anything big, so there's no rush. And also you're still technically kind of like within that 60 days. So it probably is going to be deleted probably by next month anyway. So it's kind of just like a waiting game, because like you don't know if they've done what they're supposed to do. You can send proof of payment to TransUnion directly to tell them that you paid the original creditor and ask them to remove that from your credit report. So that's something that you can do. But even still, everything is probably like going to take 30 to 45 days anyway. So either option.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't want it to hurt me from sending it to someone else, like AMCO, this account is closed, like sending it to them and like I don't owe you, like this debt has been paid, like I need you to remove it off my credit report. So I didn't know, number one, who to send it to if I sent anything.
I would deal with the bureaus, though. I wouldn't deal with the collection agency because they don't even have the account. So it would be, hey, look, or you said I don't know what bureau. Equifax. So look, Equifax, this account was paid with, to the original creditor. Here's proof. The collection agency does not own this account. So, therefore I'm requesting you to delete it. Something like that. You can do that, but it's probably going to be deleted next month anyway.
Okay. My next question, I have late payments from 2019 and 2020 for 2 accounts for a closed auto loan. So like those, I finished those payments out. So that loan is now done, and an old mortgage. So I sold my house last year, and that account is now closed as well. And I was trying to get the late payments removed using the late payment method, the letter to the credit bureaus. They keep sending me letters back telling me that the payments or the account's already been verified. And I've sent probably at least 3 to 4 letters on one single payment so far. And then I also tried just a different date altogether. There's 6 that are still, 3 for each account that are still reporting across all credit bureaus. And they're not updating anything. So, and I know it's kind of hit or miss and you just have to keep trying, but I'm trying to figure out, maybe, I'm using your late payment letter. So I'm not like changing it or altering it or anything like that. But do I just like keep trying? Do I try like just random different dates every time they send me a letter back? Or am I supposed to be challenging those letters, letting me know that the account's already been verified?
So what probably happened is when you challenged it, they probably went to the company and the company, sent them the spreadsheet of all of your posted payments, which that is considered validation. So if the company did do that, is it a smaller company?
Well, one's Bank of America. That was the mortgage.
Okay. Oh well.
And then the other one was Southeast Toyota Finance.
Okay, so Bank of America, I mean, I'm sure they probably just sent them all of your posted payments, which is considered valid proof, which is probably why they say, you know, we verified that these were right. But the other one, they could have done the same thing, but being that it's a smaller company, that's the ones that are easier usually to challenge. But I mean, it is until it's not. If the company has all their business, you know, business documents in order and they send that proof to the credit bureaus, then that is considered legal validation. So it may just have been that they were able to validate all of your late payments by showing them when your posted payments was, what card you paid with, etc. And that could happen, you know, for sure. I don't know if you can continue, but I don't know if it'll be effective if they've already gotten proof.
Okay.
That, you know, they may have already gotten approved. That I would request what proof that they have. Like I would ask, you know, hey, you know, you're just claiming that it's verified, but I'm not getting anything in black and white to show me, you know, when I paid it. Or I would even request all of your posted payments or something like that. Like I would
Okay.
request that.
Okay. Thank you. And then one more question. So the last like loan that I applied for when I was trying to see like how things would work for me being a personal guarantor. So I did like a small business loan application. On my personal guarantor side, with Chase.
Okay.
So they denied it because of high loan balance and derogs. But the only thing that I have are those late payments that are reported. Like I don't have any other derogatories on my credit report. And the high balances are my student loans. Like there's not anything I'm going to be like, I have like $200,000+ in student loans. So I don't know.
Are you on an income-based
if it's specifically plan? Just Chase? Say it again.
Are you on an income-based repayment plan with the student loans?
Yes.
Okay. And you said what was your utilization again? I don't remember.
It's 1%. So my utilization on my credit cards is like, I've been trying to follow every single like piece of advice. I mean, I do have a lot of credit cards. So that is more recent because I started with a secured card last year. And then since then I have Amex, Delta Sky Miles, Chase.
Do you have a Chase? You do have a Chase credit card?
I do, but it's fairly new. I think I opened the Chase card in like February.
So that's good. And you're trying to get a loan through Chase, right?
Yeah.
You probably asked too soon because if you just open your credit card in February, I typically recommend that you wait 6 months before asking them for a sizable loan.
Okay.
But like you got to show them that you use their credit card though. Like use it a lot, pay it back a lot, of course. And like, you know, just have that for about 90 or longer and then ask. But it may be too soon since you just got their credit card. And you just opened. So have you opened more than 5 accounts since last year?
Probably because I have. I'm trying to think. Was it 20? Well, no, because I'm coming up on a year. So yeah. So last year I started with a secured card. Last May I started with a secured card, and then now I have Amex Gold, Discover, Chase, and then I have a Capital One business card. A card with Navy Federal as well.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of new accounts. Chase, they have their 5 and 24 rule. More than 5 accounts opening in 24 months is an automatic denial. So yeah, it definitely may have been just way too soon. Just that you because they're really strict about that. Okay.
Do you recommend I like potentially try with someone else because Chase does have the 5 and 20 rule, or should I just wait in general because I have?
Do you need the loan right now?
No.
I mean,
I need to.
If you can wait, Chase is my favorite bank to ask for funding.
Okay.
And American Express is my favorite banks to ask for credit limits. So, I mean, if you can wait, I would. You just got to build up more of a rapport with Chase. I would even get like a short term. Well, if you can, like maybe ask for what were you asking them for?
I think it was like, what was the amount? This was a few weeks ago, but I think it was like 40. I think it was 40.
Yeah, you might have to ask for a lower amount first.
Okay.
to show them that like even like $1,000 or something like that, like something $500 even, and pay it back on time, of course, and then because it just was too soon. You had all these new opening accounts, then you're asking them for 40. You know what I mean? So place is not, they're very conservative in that sense. Like you have to build a rapport with them.
Okay.
So it probably just happened too soon. You just have to, put a little more time in with them, show them that you're responsible, all of that, take care of all of your other accounts, and then ask.
Okay.
But they'll definitely be the bank that'll give you a loan of that amount for sure.
Okay.
I mean, they give a lot. So.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That was all the questions I had.
Oh, was okay. Yeah. So yeah, just wait a little bit more and then ask.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, and you have a great day.
You too.
All right, I'm gonna try to get to like a couple more people, 2 more people, and then I gotta go. Hey, Katya.
Hi. Katya. Yeah, people call you Kat. It's okay.
Kat.
Hi. I'm so obsessed with everything because I just started like in January. I'm 24, and it was just like, I don't know. My parents don't really know about credit, and it was just brand new. All the information was just new to me. So
new to you, like as of a few months ago, like in January?
Yeah, a few months.
Oh wow. Okay. So what have you done so far? Like
so far, well, back then I just signed up for a credit card because it was like, when you go into college, like they have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I had a Journey Capital One credit card. I had that for so long, but I carried
it. You don't have it no more?
No, I still have it.
Oh, okay, good.
That's the only thing that's probably been good for me. I just lowered the balance literally a couple months ago, and the credit, everything went up from that point, the FICO score. So after that, I've pretty much been good, except for like, I had a child, and then the father of my child, I got, co-signed with the car with him. So I was going to ask you, is there anything that I can do to take my name off of that car without him refinancing? Because that's like the only option they seem to give me. And then I had a lot of late payments through that car that he wasn't paying. He has the car. He's in a whole other area. Like he doesn't, like, we're not together anymore and stuff like that.
So that's typically the only option with a loan, because for the life of that loan, your name will be associated until he like refinances or trades in the vehicle. Because there's no way to like say, hey, I want my name taken off. Unfortunately, because that's like the worst situation because you can't do much about it. Is that the only negative item on your credit report?
So it's not really negative anymore because it seems like he's been paying it. So I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna stop paying it. It's just
and you got prior late payments now that are on your credit report because of that car. So
exactly. So and then after that, it was the student loans. I wasn't sure if I should I'm graduating May 20th, like this month.
Oh, congrats!
Thank you. And I was just wondering if I should refinance them to like one loan or just leave it alone.
I wouldn't consolidate my student loans only because what's your credit age right now? Is it? I'm assuming
6 years.
6. Okay, I mean it's not horrible, but you want more if you can get more. If you consolidate, you will not have that. Like your credit age is going to definitely decrease.
Oh, okay.
And then also, I don't even think like that's not going to help your credit score. Because I mean that's your goal, like to help your credit score. That's not going to really do any much for your credit score because I'm assuming you're going to get on an income-based repayment plan. And it's right now everyone's deferred anyway. So that's not going to help your credit score. What's affecting you are those late payments from that auto loan, and you don't have any like other collections or anything, right?
No.
Okay, well that's good. Your credit card, what's your utilization?
Right now it's 0.
But you just don't. You're just not.
Yeah, it's like no balance.
So it's best to report at least 1%, never 0%, because 0% actually makes you look bad in terms of lenders. So I
was trying to like apply for a card. That's kind of why I brought it down to like 0. It was like at 3, and then I brought it down to 0 because I thought that's I don't know, because I got in the mail, I got Chase Sapphire Preferred, like an offer, but I wasn't sure about that either because I'm like, I didn't really have any cards after the Journey card, so I'm like, should I just take?
Also, you just only have the Journey, right? It's Capital One, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, how would I, put myself out there and like get a bad inquiry? I don't know. I'm scared.
No. Listen. So I definitely would suggest that you have at least 2 credit cards at all times because that's definitely just going to help overall your profile. So you only have the Journey. You're not getting any reward points or anything from that, or not much. So honestly, the Preferred is one of my favorite cards. Like, it's not a bad card at all. Like, and that's a great company. It's with Chase. Of course, Chase is an amazing company to build credit with. I'm not mad at you getting the Preferred at all. I mean, I do think that you need, now that you're.
I feel like I'm gonna get declined because I want the card. I like it.
You want to get declined just because how long ago were delayed payments on your car loan?
Maybe year, or actually, I think one of them was like 5 months ago.
That's okay. So that would probably be the only thing that I would try to do the pre-approval. Have you tried to do the pre-approval? In your credit,
we could do that outside of the mail thing.
Yeah, you can go to their website and just look. If you just Google Chase pre-approval, it'll let you know. I mean, it'll pull it up. So I would try that, but I mean, I don't. Your credit, you have a credit card. I don't think you would be denied for just one recent late payment, but they may. They may. That's the only thing. It's just like, ugh.
I'm scared.
You may. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm not even scared because the inquiry is not that big of a deal in the grand scheme at all. It's going to take 2 or 3 points, maybe 4 at the most, but it's not a big deal, and you don't have many. So it's probably not even going to affect your credit more than 2 points, really. So the inquiry is not anything that I'm worried about. But wait, so do you have, other than your student loans and your credit card, is that the only thing you have on your credit report?
I have a closed Capital One. I think I tried to like have the second credit card like a while ago. I don't even remember this. And then I just kind of it's been minimum payments out of my account, like $20 or $23 or something like that. And supposedly for like 190 days, like this was 2 years ago, I didn't pay it. So that's another thing I was going to ask, because is there a way that I could have those, like maybe a Goodwill adjustment letter or something like that? Can I send that to them, or that's Capital One's just not? That one's closed.
So if it's closed, then so you're not going to be able to do a Goodwill adjustment if it's closed.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so what is the status of that account? Because is that charged off? Is that in collection? What's going on with that account?
No, it's just closed. I didn't see, it wasn't put in the like collections category or anything.
Oh, okay. So you were late a few months and then they closed it.
No, I decided to close it.
Oh, okay. And then you satisfied the balance with them?
Yeah, and then I've been just paying.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Okay, so
I'm like, can I still like, the late payments are still there.
You need more substance on your credit report. I would suggest to get another credit card, and if you can, a short-term installment. Okay. You need a little more on your credit report. You don't have much of a credit mix, being that your credit pro it's just really limiting. So I would suggest to get another credit card. You can either try the Preferred, since you were already pre-approved for that. So your likelihood of being approved, I would say, is high with that card based on what you've told me so far. Or you can try a Citi card, which is also, like a Citi double cash, a Citi custom cash. Those are really good cards as well. But you do need a reward card. You're a young adult now. I'm sure you spend something every day. Yeah. You should spend on your credit card so that you are building credit. And the only way that you are going to get out of this, like, I guess that, like, the only way you're going to move the goalpost in terms of your score at this point is to continue to build credit. You know what I mean? So I would get another credit card if I were you.
Also, I was going to ask, because I remember one of your videos, you said something about like self-employment. And right now I'm actually braiding and like doing nails, and I don't have technically like a LLC because I'm like on the verge, since I just graduated, like trying to find a job right now. So I was just thinking, like, should I not put self-employment? Should I put that I'm, like unemployed? Or
so on applications, I definitely wouldn't put that I am self-employed or unemployed. Yeah, I mean, because really technically speaking, if you are applying for credit cards, they're going to expect that you have a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put, unless you are, because you haven't even filed taxes, like in terms of being self-employed yet, have you?
Yeah, I did once.
Also, you did. So I mean, you can, since you've been doing that more than a year, right?
No, just 1 year. So I did it all of like I did the like braiding and stuff for 1 year, and then I filed this year.
I mean, so technically speaking, you can't put self-employed, being that you don't have any other employments. I definitely will put self-employed before I put unemployed, for sure.
Right.
So yeah, or you could just put, well, you would have to put self, being that you're not like an LLC or anything. You have to put self-employed at this point.
Exactly.
But I mean, you have the taxes to justify, to prove it. So you should be fine in that sense. Don't put obviously an outrageous number, but like I think you'll be fine. But you do need a credit card because your credit profile is extremely empty.
Yeah, it
Time
is.
is passing. You could be building credit during this time, so you may as well.
And I was gonna ask, I know this isn't like a really like credit question, but my son is 5, and I don't know, like, how do I put money aside for him? Do you know like a good account for kids or something?
Well, it depends on what, like, do you just want a savings account? I mean, because Capital One offers a kid account, like a kid savings account. If that's all that you want is a savings account, I don't know.
Like the money to grow.
Oh, so you're more well, because with savings account right now, and I mean they're not giving you much. So I would prefer to invest my kids, like for instance, through my business, I pay my children every month. That money is deposited into a checking account, but then it's then transferred into a custodian account so that they can, like, I can invest for them. So that's what I prefer to do, only because savings account or even high yield savings accounts, we making $2-3 extra a year or something like that. So you would first need to decide if you want to start investing for them, and you have to for him. I'm sorry, not them.
Worth it to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for sure.
It was so restrictive. Like when I looked up the thing, and I was like,
yeah. That's the thing. And then also, I'm not really into 529 plans, like the college plan. I'm not personally into that because I don't care if my kids go to college or not. I just don't. So it's like I don't want, and I know there are different things that you're able to do with that account, but for me, I'd rather just put it into a custodian account and just invest it. But that's a whole nother topic. But you just have to do, but you can start with, I definitely would suggest that you start with having a savings account, and then you can decide where you want to put the money, but you need somewhere for the money to go right now. That's separate from your account, of course. So open up a Capital One kid account.
All right. So do you suggest like having a personal savings account, like outside of like children? Like,
I do. So I have how I set up mine is I have a savings account, but it only is enough to cover at least 6 months of my living expenses. Everything after that is invested. For me personally.
Okay.
You don't make money in savings accounts, so I'd rather my money be making money. But shit, right now the market is depressing. We ain't even got to talk about that. The market is crazy right now, but I'm a long-term investor, so I try not to even look at my investment accounts day to day, because years down the line it'll still be up. So yeah, I would definitely
find like a company to kind of do it for me, because I don't really know much about
Chase. You would Chase, right? Chase is where I started with my first investment manager, and then I got other ones since then, but that's where I started, with just a Chase investment manager.
Okay, good. I'm definitely going to look into that.
Yeah, like they started investing for me. They take a percentage, but then, that's where I started. So that's
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you have a great day.
Questions, you too.
You're welcome. And what time is it? 1:14. Okay, let me see if I can get somebody. Hey, Julia. Hey, Daphne.
All right.
We're gonna have 4, and then I'm gonna mute, like, so we won't be talking over each other. So Daphne, you can talk to me. How you doing?
Me?
Yeah, I think can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How can I help you today?
Okay. So I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible as I can. So my first biggest thing that's hurting my credit score right now is my payment history.
Mm-hmm.
So student loans. I back in 2011 or whatever from now, I had 3 different loans, and I consolidated my loans.
Okay, your student loans, right?
Yeah.
Federal or private?
Federal.
Okay. Now I'm covered.
So I do have late payments on the one that's consolidated, but it was for like 6 months worth of late payments.
Okay.
But it's been caught up. I've had positive payment history for about 2+ years going now. So I was wondering if I can like throw a Hail Mary and like do a Goodwill adjustment.
Well, not a Goodwill on federal loans. You're gonna have to do. Let me see if I can pull it up. Can I pull it up? This is the letter that I used for my federal student loans that were late. And I had to send it a few times, but can you see the whole thing? Hold on, let me smaller. So this is what I use. You only can challenge one late payment at a time. Where it says month and year, you would just put the month and year, obviously that it was late, the account name and the account number. But you would send this to the credit bureau. Somebody mic is long.
Okay, so you said that we can only do one per year?
Yeah.
At a time?
Yeah. Because I mean, the point of this letter is to basically put the reporting error on the credit bureau. So it's just to challenge one at a time.
Okay.
For a good chance of getting it updated or removed.
Okay. And then my next thing is I have Comcast collection. So I'm a firm believer, like I'm not paying no collection unless you do like a pay for delete. Because from what I've researched, it doesn't really benefit me, and I'm not at a position right now to be purchasing a home. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go through all that.
What's the collection agency?
They have it with Convergent,
yeah.
Yeah. And I've tried going through Comcast, like, hey, like work out a deal. I've tried going through Convergent. They're like, yeah, whatever. I tried sending a debt validation letter with Convergent. They ignored my letter. They never sent me a letter back. I just did the thing that the other live, the 2 lives that you did where you're like sending these letters to the credit bureaus.
Okay. You restarted your dispute process over.
Yeah, but actually sending a letter. Like I didn't do it online because I tried to do it online with the credit bureaus. There was like, no, it's accurate.
Yeah.
And the thing is like with Comcast, I'm like, well, I don't even remember. I know it's my account, but I don't even remember why it closed, why it's late, or why I'm being charged. And they can't provide me any documentation to say like why or whatever. And so how can I get Comcast off my report?
So they're with Convergent. I will say Convergent, like I've had them do pay to deletes in the past. So that's a good thing. If you consider how much you owe them.
It's only $415.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. And I talked to them just like, yeah, no, we don't do that. And I'm like,
I'm muted. Hold on. I'm muted still on Instagram, y'all. I keep seeing that comment. It's because somebody called. That's what. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me on Instagram?
Yeah. Oh, on Instagram.
Yep. I'm gonna have to. I'll just stop the Instagram. My bad. They do pay to deletes. You only owe them $400. Why don't you offer them $100 to see if they'll pay to delete? To like ask them if they'll delete it.
So send in like a pay for delete letter.
Do you have one?
If I have, yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes. Send them a pay to. Why is my mouse not working? Send them a pay to delete letter because I've seen Convergent offer pay to deletes before. Sometimes they do, but most times they do. So I would try that. Second, because I mean, you said it is your account though, right? Like, because I don't know what you were.
It is, but I'm like, y'all not gonna get.
No,
I don't even remember why.
I'm more so. Well, I don't think they're going to sue you, so I'm not even worried about that. But I mean, how old is this account?
It's back from 2016.
2016. Oh, don't pay them. At this point, what's the point? It's about to fall off. I mean, I ain't trying to be
funny.
I
hate seeing collections.
It's only going to like restart the statute of limitations, but it's just it's not really. It's from 2016. It's 5 years ago. It has 2 more years left before it can even has to be deleted. I'm sorry. You're not about to buy anything. It's 5 years at this point. If it wasn't within 2 or 3 years, then we could talk about settlements. But 5 years ago, that's not really affecting you or your current credit decisions. What have you done since then, though? Have you started building credit?
Yeah, so I did self. I started with self. So at the time, no, those short-term installment loan.
So do you have credit cards?
Oh no, I have credit cards.
Okay.
But I started with self, and I was like a 490, and then that brought me up to like 570, and then I got my first Capital One card.
Okay.
But my Capital One card, I've been stuck at a $300 limit, and for a long time I was confused because I'm like, I've used the card, but I'm not getting a credit limit increase, and I've had that particular card for over a year now. So it came to a point where I got a Quicksilver. I was approved for a Quicksilver for a $3,000 limit.
Okay.
And that is still also at the same limit. So I'm confused with the credit limit increase. I'm like, I used the card, but then
it's Capital One. They're not really known. They're really stingy.
Okay.
They're not the company that's really known for credit limit. They may give you one that may be is small in comparison to other companies. So I'm just gonna put that out there. It's Capital One. You may just be expecting too much from what they typically will offer anyway. Okay. Have you tried to explore different companies? Chase, Citi, American Express.
Right now, my credit utilization is about 30%. Okay. And I think because I've tried to apply for Chase read me for filth. It was like, nah, there's this and this and this. So I was just like, okay. But I did recently get approved for this card for Sunbit. So I applied for Sunbit for a $2,000 credit card limit. Sunbit.
Who is that? What is that? A bank or something? A local bank?
So I had an appointment at a dentist's office, and they had like yeah. So I got approved for that card, and I've been kind of scared because lately, like my credit score has either been stalled for a long time, or it's been slowly decreasing. So yeah.
Okay, but look, because I just want to make sure, because I don't even know if I got a full grasp of the situation. So you have a credit card, you have multiple, you have two.
I have two and one on the way.
30% utilization. You got late payments?
I have a late payments only on my student loans.
The years ago, right?
Yeah, years ago. It's like 6 months worth from 2018 to 2019.
And then collections charge-offs, you just have the one, right? Or
so with Comcast was one for a long time. But then recently, like literally this month, I had a vet bill just hit my account. Like I'm talking about from 2020. They contacted me back in 2020, and then now it's just hitting my credit report. But I have confidence I can handle that. Like I have.
You got a new collection.
Yeah.
Your score is 500s.
My score is 630 something, 640 something. It used to be a 680 in the beginning of the year.
So 6. So the vet, how much is the vet bill?
The vet bill is only $273.
And are you challenging that or not?
I just sent in a debt validation letter, but I was already gonna try to do like a pay for delete.
Okay. So
I'm not disputing that.
What's your credit age?
My credit, like with the credit cards, is just overall. Overall, I think maybe like 6 or 4 years or something between there. Because for a long time, I didn't have credit cards. I didn't have anything on my credit report. It wasn't until like literally like 2 years ago, like I've applied for self. I applied for credit cards and stuff like that. For a long time, it was just the student loan and unfortunately Comcast.
Oh, your student loans. Okay, yeah, they probably add a lot. So wait, and basically you're trying to figure out what you should add to your, like what you should do going forward.
Yeah, like in regards to like what I can add like I was thinking about doing like maybe Self again because I have a perfect payment history with Self.
I wouldn't do that only because it's not going to really help you. You already got that on your credit report. Even if it's closed now, it's still reporting. It still shows that you have perfect payment history. Like that's done. That's it, right? You did it.
Okay.
You can lower, of course, your utilization that you have under.
I know that
1 to 10%. It'll give you a few points. You getting some points? Are you AU'd on anyone's card?
No, I'm not on anyone's. Like being an authorized user.
Yeah, are you AU? Because you're getting some points from somewhere. I don't like because your score is reflective of like you either have. I mean, you got to be doing something only because I would have thought that your score was low only because you had a recent collection. Your utilization is 30%. And you said you had delayed payment, so that you must have. How many student loans do you have? Do y'all hear that, Owen? It's like weird. Yeah. Somebody. Okay, I can hear. My bad. It's just distracting me because it's like I can't. You can.
So I had 3 student loans previously, and then before I consolidated into one.
Okay, you said, and you looking at your FICO score? Your FICO score is
FICO.
Okay, so the only thing that I would add is another credit card. I would not add another loan at this point because you already got student loans and you already got Self. So it's not really going to do much. It's not going to make a difference really to your credit profile. It's really just going to make you lose credit again. I wouldn't add another loan. If you're going to add anything, it's going to be a credit card so that it can help with your utilization as well. So it's kind of like a killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So I would, if you had anything, it would be a credit card.
I'm sorry?
If you had anything, if you were to add anything, I would suggest it to be a credit
card. Okay. And then my last thing is so I did have a Capital One prior before I was able to get an unsecured Capital One card. So my first Capital One card was a secured Capital One. And it ended up being a charge off only because of 2 late payments.
So the charge off, I need to chat. I'm lost. I swear I can't get a full picture of your profile. And that's how I typically will go. I can't grasp the full concept of your credit profile. I really can't because honestly, it's like it's just not mathing in my head. But math is not my strong point. So it's not. I don't understand what you tell. Girl, I'm lost. So I'm trying to get a full picture. So you only have your student loans. You have a completed Self. You have 2 credit cards. But you said you had 1 credit card. No one was charged off, right? The quick Self. How long ago was it?
Self was back in 2016.
Oh, so your completed Self loan was in 2016, so it wasn't recent.
No. My Self loan was in 2020. My Capital One secure card, my first Capital One card was 2016.
And that's the one that was charged off?
Yeah.
And what card do you have now? The Quicksilver?
So I have, right now I recently upgraded to the Venture One. So I have a Venture One Capital One card, and then I have the Capital One Quicksilver.
Okay, and they let you upgrade that? The Venture?
Yeah, because I originally started with the Blue Platinum, and then I applied for the Quicksilver, which is where I got the $3,000 limit.
Yeah. Okay. So you got the new. So I mean, because right now I don't even. But then if that's the case, you don't even need to add another credit card because you just got a new one, right? So yeah, I mean, if that's the case, you shouldn't be applying for anything right now. Really, you just have to build. And I would challenge you that bill, even though the balance is only $200, like it does still affect your score.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much the only thing you can do at this point. There's no other account that you should add.
But I did want to challenge the Capital One charge off because it's.
But you got other accounts with Capital One. Are you willing to get those accounts can close? Capital One is petty like that too. Like they'll close everything if you try to challenge.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but not even just Capital One. A lot of companies will because they feel like, well, if you are challenging this account, how do we know that you're not going to challenge these other accounts? So you shouldn't challenge that charge off if you still are doing business with a company. It's just you can't do that unless you lose consequences. That's the thing. You can do it, but be willing to have all of your accounts closed. At that point, it's not worth it. Not for a charge from 2016. That's not going to help your score anyway. Help it.
Well, I was trying to figure out like how can I help my score, because every time I log into like Experian or any other credit bureau, it's like the biggest thing is like my payment history is like 89%, and I'm just like,
see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I did. So 89%, right?
And it's coming from my student loans. Literally.
Yeah, but also what you are getting points from somewhere, and I don't know where. It's like I can't understand where are all of your points coming from, because everything else that you're saying. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Maybe I'm like overthinking it. Maybe I'm just like tired. I don't know. But it's like I really cannot understand your credit. I can't understand it right now. And normally, like I really I cannot understand where your points are coming from. And it's like you're saying you have a new collection, but it's like your score was not affected by the new collection. It sounds
no, it was affected.
What was your score at first?
So before it hit my account, it was at my score was at 650 or something like that, 650 or something.
Okay.
And it dropped to like 630 or something like that. I think yeah. And then before that, in the beginning of the year, I was at 680, around 680-ish, 670. But because of my credit utilization dropped. And then it's been like consistently around like 640, 650-ish, 660, just consistent.
Let me tell you, like that charge off that's from 2016. If you challenge that, let's say it gets deleted, which a Capital One charge off probably not going to get deleted as well.
But there's inconsistent.
I was reporting inaccurately.
Yeah, there's inconsistent reporting on both Equifax and transient.
It's like it's not even affecting you how it normally would. Like the new collection only dropped 30 points. I mean, that's great. You know, I'm so comfortable with 30 points. But normally it will be more. Normally, like when your payment history is 89%, you would not be getting that many points in payment history. That's why I'm like, dang, I can't really understand your credit. I would have to like look at it. Like, actually, can you DM me? Because I can't understand your credit.
DM you on Instagram or?
Yeah, do my personal. What's your Instagram name? That don't mean everybody do, because I'm gonna have. What's your Instagram name?
My Instagram name is I am.
DM me real quick on my personal real quick, just so I can see it.
And then it's DAFENEY.
Hold on. Dang. No, not log in. I can't do it on my iPad because I'm not logged in. I don't even know my password, so I'll have to. What is it? Let me write it down.
You're done.
What's your IG name? I'm gonna see.
So it's I am.
Okay.
And then it's my first name, DAFENEY. Day, like DAY? J.
Oh, J. Okay.
So
yeah,
DAF.
You got FICO, right? You said. Well, yeah, DM me the report from FICO so I can look, because I can't.
But DM you on from which platform? Because I don't know which.
On Instagram, my personal page, Shonda Martin, the one that's over, Shonda Martin.
Okay.
But yeah, and I'll look at it when I see, because I can't make sense of it. So I gotta see it. Because I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to just give you an answer that doesn't make sense. I don't understand. So I gotta see it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me get to your name not up here. Myra?
Yes, Mira.
Hi, Mira. How are you today?
I'm good. Sorry if you hear a little baby. I'm at work right now, so I'm a nanny. So if you hear him,
your nanny?
Yes, I'm a nanny. So this is him. So if you hear him, he's probably going to be trying to get me. But we had gotten cut off last time.
I thought you looked familiar. I'm like, I
know. We had got. I think you had like a meeting or something, but basically my question, because I had some charge-offs and then my braces dental collection, and I was trying to get help with. You were trying to tell me which one to start with first. I did go ahead and watch like your little charge-off video on YouTube though, and you were saying like if it's a high charge-off like above 1,500, then like don't even go about trying to dispute or anything because I could get in trouble. So
how much is it?
So I have the charge-offs from Chase, which is like 2,000. I have a auto loan charge-off, which is like 4,000.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I remember I told you I had like gotten into an accident, had to voluntarily surrender it, but like that's just the same thing as it being repossessed now that I know. So and then I still have that dental braces collection that just keeps going up and up and up.
Okay, so you have 2 charge-offs, 1 collection, right?
Two collections. One from an Ulta store credit card. That's like $500.
Was that charged off though before it was sent to collections?
That wasn't charged off. That went straight to collections.
Okay, so you said so 2 and 2 charge-offs.
Yeah, 2 collections, and then and then I have a Nordstrom card charge-off, and that one's over 2,000. So all my charge-offs.
So all of your charge-offs are high.
Yeah, all of my charge-offs are high. So I know with
how
that
long
video,
have you charged off?
They're all like at least 2 years old.
And no legal action have been taken, nothing like of that sort?
No suing or anything. They have like, sent in the paperwork letting me know, but nothing.
Letting you know what?
I think the most recent one was the Chase. They did send me a letter saying that they want to they gave me like a price, I think like $500 to pay or something like that.
Oh.
But I did go to my annual credit report. And it's still only the 2 collections, my braces one and then the Ulta store credit card. So
and how much were the braces?
My braces were originally like 3,000 something. I had paid off at least 1,000 of it. And then when I went into collections, it was 2,199. And now like every month it's going up and up. Like it's almost at 3,000, back to $3,000 in the collections for the braces.
Okay, so so I'm wondering, I don't know, because it all, when it comes to interest in collections, it all depends on what the original contract says.
Okay.
So number one, we're gonna have to figure out if those interests, if it's justified, right?
Okay.
So you need to ask for a breakdown, an itemized bill from the agency who has your braces. And make sure that they include all of the interest fees, what are they charging, all of that. Okay. But also you should go to the original creditor to ask them, can they send you a copy of the contract so that you obviously can compare it to what the collection agency is saying.
Okay.
So that's number one for that, because you got to make sure that they're not just charging interest, because they will.
They will.
With the charge-offs though, that's my concern, because they are.
Yeah, I remember we had got cut off right when you had said like you were concerned about that.
Yeah, because what if you get sued?
Yeah, exactly.
All 3 of them are 2,000 for.
All of them are over the 1,500, 2,000.
Yes. It is with Chase. Wait, what are the other one? You said Chase.
I have a Chase card, a Nordstrom credit card, and then my auto loan.
Have they sold the car?
Yeah, they've been sold it because I got into an accident. So basically, my auto loan was like $16,000. And then when I had gotten to the accident, after I guess they sold it or take it to the auction, whatever they do, the remaining balance of my auto loan, they said I had to pay was like $4,000. But at the time, it's like I didn't even have a car. I wasn't driving that car. I didn't have finances to pay. So I couldn't keep paying on an auto loan on a car I didn't have anymore. So I stopped paying, obviously. And then on my credit report, it was just saying VS, voluntary surrender. But now it just says CO every month, charge off.
I mean, you can challenge them, but damn, are you ready? Like, I wouldn't challenge that, Repo. What state are you in?
California.
What's the statute of limitations?
I think it's 5-7 years.
Let me see.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, because after I watched your charge off video the other night, I was like, okay.
It's 4 years.
It's
4 years. So wait, when was it charged off, your car?
2020.
Oh, so it's still
Or
within.
no, 2021. Yeah, 2021.
So you fresh with the statute of limitations. How much more do you owe them? You said $4,000 on a car?
4,000 they said left on it after like selling it and everything like that.
I wouldn't challenge the repo, but I probably would. I wouldn't challenge the repo. That's a fresh repo. You really want to be careful with challenging repos within the first 2 to 3 years, especially because your statute of limitations is only 4 years.
Okay.
So you pretty much that whole entire time that it's within the statute of limitations, like you have it's probably too risky to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
But the other ones, he said, Che, you messing with the big boss, dude.
I know, and then also with Chase, the thing is, my dad got me a checking account with Chase when I was like in 8th grade. So I've been with Chase for like, I have a checking and a savings account with them. And then I did mess up like getting that credit card and it getting charged off. But like, since I've been with Chase for so long, like as a person with a checking and savings account, do you think it would help? You know, like for me to like, plead my case, like I've been with y'all for like over 10 years.
What would you be asking them for, like pleading your case in terms of, because they can't open the account back, like once.
Well, no, not opening back, but to get into their good graces, because I love Chase. My dad was with Chase, that's why he put me on. So
right, that's my whole thing. I like Chase is not like, I would definitely try to render that relationship, but the only way that you'll be able to render that relationship is to cover your balance.
Okay.
So even with Chase, even if you settle, sometimes they don't ever want to do business with you. They want you to pay the full amount. That's the thing. Okay. But I mean, I feel like that's worth it that's worth it for you to save that relationship with Chase.
Yeah, no, I really do want to save that.
So maybe what you should do is contact them to see if you can work out a payment arrangement, even if it's whatever you can afford, like whatever. X amount of dollars a month. Would you agree to this? Blah, blah, blah. I would do that with Chase. I definitely would save the relationship.
So call Chase.
You owe them 15, right?
I owe Chase 22,100.
Oh, 22,000?
Chase is over 2,000. All the charges are.
Oh, 2,000. I was just said 20,000.
No. 2,000. All the charges are over 2,000.
Me personally, I feel like I would pay Chase 2,000 to save the relationship, because I mean, you can get way more money out of Chase than that. So that's worth it for me.
So call Chase and try to make some, because I haven't bid anything. I remember you were telling me it's time to stop running. So I'm ready.
We gotta quit running. We gotta face it. I will work out something with Chase.
Okay.
I would never I wouldn't ruin that relationship over $2,000. I know it sounds like a lot, but in terms of what Chase will give you, that's not a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to pay $20 a month. It does not matter. Just whatever you agree, and tell them to stick to it and pay it.
Okay. So set something up with Chase. Okay. So that's the Chase charge off. And then
do you have credit cards now?
Yes, I have my Capital One Platinum credit card and a Discover It card, and then a secured installment loan with Self.
Okay, so none of your limits would pay for that.
Yeah, and like you were saying to the other girl, I've had my Capital One for like 5 years, and I'm still at $300 credit limit.
I have my Capital One for 9 years, and I think the credit limit is still $300. I'm not even.
It's still $300.
Capital One, listen, you can't even. I don't even. Child, I don't. They just.
Discover did give me when I started with them, it was $500, but now it's at $750. But still, that's like nothing to me.
Yeah. So wait. So you have 2 credit cards now.
I have 2 credit cards. Yep.
And when you probably can't get a credit card right now because you do have recent. Wait. So what about the other charge off? Because we still only.
It's the Nordstrom credit card.
They didn't send it to a collection agency?
It's just charged off so when I go on my credit report every month, it's showing like a derogatory thing. So that Nordstrom one.
Who's that with Synchrony with Nordstrom? Yeah. I would challenge. Synchrony is probably not gonna sue you, but I mean, I would challenge. You ain't challenging them?
I haven't challenged anything. None of the collections.
If I'm gonna challenge anything, if it's gonna be Synchrony and not Chase, I'll tell you that for sure.
So with the Nordstrom credit card, that charge off, try to challenge it.
Yeah, but have you compared them to see if there were any discrepancies, any inaccuracies, anything?
Everything's right.
Yeah. Dang, everything is right. balance, all of that, dates, all of that.
Dates. Because it wasn't that like I just wasn't paying it at the time because I wasn't able to. So it just went the 30-day.
But you said it's constantly updating, right? Still saying charged off, right?
Every month.
So that's a challenge, but you just you can't, bring that to their attention until like the third round. I would definitely send your investigation first. You have that already?
I haven't done nothing.
Sure,
so that's why I was just like, I was like, let me know what is the best thing to start with first.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up. What's this? Okay, so you just gonna have to. I mean, hold on. Let me show you.
Thanks. Okay. And this is on your DIY because I was gonna.
The DIY kit is in there, but if you don't, or I'm sure someone in the audience. But yeah, so this is the first round, right? So you send that, and then hold on, let me show them because I know they want to see.
So would you recommend me getting the DIY kit or your credit boot camp one? Because I was thinking of, but depending on like what you think with my credit profile, what you think.
Well, if you just want to dispute, then the DIY kit is the letters. The boot camp is like it teaches you about credit from A to Z, how to properly challenge it and all of that. So if you just want to challenge, then just get the DIY kit. But if you're interested in actually learning how to build and repair it, then that's where the credit boot camp will come into play.
Okay, gotcha.
But so that's round one. But if you got the kit, you'll see these. But then you'll also here's round two. For your job, and then when you get to round 3, that is when you will send the charge-off letter stating, you're constantly updating this charged-off account, which is manipulating the statute of limitations, which is illegal. I'm requesting that you delete it. But you
can't. Okay, and that's just for the Nordstrom charge-off one, right?
Or if you have a collection account as well, you can challenge that as well.
Okay, so you would for my Ulta store credit card, that one went into collections for like $500.
Yeah, I definitely would throw on Ulta because that's community, right? Yeah, they
community
getting challenged. Community and unless it's like drastic most of the time. Which that's why I was surprised that they sold her accounts to Millen for the other girl, but that would make sense because she has so many. You don't really have that many, so I would challenge them for sure.
Okay. So you said, for the repossession, don't try to do anything with that one, right?
Repossession was with Chase?
No, repossession was with the credit union.
Oh, yeah. Because you owe so much. Unless you prepare to settle that, if they sending you lawyer papers, attorney papers, then I wouldn't touch it. It's just too fresh.
So try to figure out something with them to pay the rest of that $4,000 that I owe on the auto.
You can pay it, I would settle. I wouldn't pay them the $4,000. No.
No. I'm not gonna pay the $4,000 on a car I don't even have anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I mean, but I'm saying, or you can just. Well, let me not say it. Yeah. I don't even know who was, so let me not say that. But yeah.
But like, try to do a settlement with the auto loan. Don't try to keep my relationship with Chase and try to pay them back that $2,000.
I would settle with Chase, but the auto loan, I want to say you can settle with them, but I mean I wouldn't allocate funds towards them personally. I'll say that. I would more so be concerned about Chase.
Okay, so first thing, call Chase.
Yeah, I mean it's already repo. You know what I mean? The damage is done. Regardless,
the car is
going to be a repossession. You know what I mean? So it's whatever.
Okay.
I wouldn't be giving them money. I would be giving it to Chase.
So first priority, focus on Chase, and then like once that's settled, then would it be
also while you are focusing on Chase, I would be challenging my other charge off in that collection.
That other charge, the Nordstrom charge off, and that Ulta $500 charge off. I mean, that Ulta collection, the little small one. Yeah. Okay, that gives me, because I was just like, what do I need to start with? Because I feel like that is what's keeping my score at like this 590. I think it has.
Utilization? What's your utilization?
I got it down right now to 70, and it was at like 99. I mean,
that's what's holding your score down, though. For real. That's holding your score down a lot. But that's because you need a credit card.
Yeah, and that's why it's just like with the Discover and the Capital One, those are like my only two. And it's like I know I'm not gonna get approved for another one right now. I know because
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
don't apply right now. Is it a
Oh yeah, no. I haven't had any inquiries or anything on my account for like since the repossession happened last year.
So any money goes towards Chase or paying your credit cards down. The repo is the damage is done. Even if you pay it still will it will not change what it's already done to your credit profile.
So every month when it's just reporting another CO, that's it's just going to keep reporting CO.
It is keeping it in the statute of limitations too. So can be sued.
Okay.
Try to pay them, leave them alone if they ain't bothering you.
Yeah, no, the auto loan people haven't been contacting me, but it definitely has been the braces people have contacted me and the Ulta collections people have contacted me, sending letters.
Yeah, I would challenge for sure.
Okay. So thank you. That gives me kind of like a good kind of starter point because I was like, I don't know where to start, and I already know the utilization that for sure if that comes down.
Yes, for sure. Because that's so many points that you could have. It's so many points. You don't got nobody with no credit card. Your mom, anyone?
Nope. No, they're old school. They're so old school. They didn't get no credit cards, nothing. So
don't feel bad. Look, but you should get your utilization down if you can. Like if you have any extra money, pay it towards your credit card.
Yeah, but like honestly, every paycheck I get with him, that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure I'm trying to pay it down because I want to get another credit card, but I just know right now, no one's gonna approve me right now. No one.
So don't do it right now.
Okay. So tackle those. Focus on getting Chase and the collections, and then
I'll be honest though, Chase. I wouldn't focus on them right now. Like if it comes to a situation where you have to pick your credit card over Chase, I will pay my credit card first though, because that's what's going to have an immediate impact on your score.
Okay.
If you got to pay Chase $5 a month and pay more so on your credit card, that's what I would do. Because it's already done with Chase too, but you're just trying to save that relationship, but the damage is still already done.
It is, yeah.
So credit card is priority.
Okay, so pay down the credit cards first. That's priority.
That's what's going to make a difference in your credit score, so that you can get another credit card or whatever the case may be.
Okay. So once that like kind of gets handled, then I can kind of do the little other third party ones. Okay, that makes sense. So kind of focus on like the most important ones first.
Exactly.
Okay, and then I think that was that was my final thing, especially with the car thing. I think I learned it from you with the voluntary surrender. It's basically the same as it getting repossessed.
Yeah, it's the same. It does the same amount of damage whether you voluntarily turn it in or if they pick it up. Like it's the same thing.
Okay. So then with when I do, I know you did say don't try to give them any money, but since it is like $4,000 left on it, if anything, if I do the dispute, what would be like a good amount to like maybe like say
30-40% of the debt. If I want to settle, I try to start at about 30 to 40%. And they may, negotiate higher, but that's where negotiations start. I always start low so that if it does go up, it's not that much. Start
low. Okay. Got it. All right. I think that's it. I'm gonna get to it and maybe hopefully give you an update in a couple months.
Looking forward to it for sure. But yeah, just get to it, pay your credit card down, challenge what you need to challenge, and you should be
okay. Perfect. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My mouse is dying. Know it. All right, I'm going to see if I can get one more person before I get off here. What time is it? It's 2:00. Shit, time be passing. Kamisa?
Oh, hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, girl. I am good. How can I help you today?
I'm sorry. My baby's right here. Okay. I have two things. I have a charged off credit card, and I also have student loan payments on there on my credit.
Okay. What you mean student loan payments? Are your student loans in default or are they what is the status?
I have for each student loan is like one late payment.
Oh, okay. So you just have delay payments on them, but they're still open. They're still okay. So and then what else other than your student loans? What did you say?
A charged off card.
With who?
It's a Macy's card.
Is that what coming? No. Okay, so Macy's credit card. Well, how much you owe them?
$500.
Oh, okay, so that's not much.
But they sold it to Midland Credit, I think.
Oh, Midland Funding.
Yes.
Why they sell that and it's only $500? Okay. How long ago did they sell it to Midland?
Maybe 2 months ago, maybe.
What has Midland said to you so far? Just to tell you that they have it on your have the account. It's hard to. I don't see. So normally Midland would sue, right? But because it's so small, I don't think that Midland would. But you never know. So I don't want to just say that they wouldn't. Not typical that they'll sue over $500, but I've seen it before. Have you done anything for this? Like, have you challenged it? Have you done anything?
Okay, so I did send the first round of investigation letters, but I sent it back in February and I didn't follow up because I had a lot going on. My baby got sick. So I was coming to ask, did I need to start over or just send the second round?
You said February?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, start over. It's way too late. Now, when they do reply, try to respond within 15 days. Now, like when you start it all over. But yeah, just start. I would say round one again because you're gonna have to. It's been too long.
Yeah.
So yeah, just start the process all over. You got credit cards?
Yeah, I have Capital One.
Okay.
Card.
What's your utilization?
It's under 30%. I try to keep it under 30%.
Under 10 though. Can you get it under 10? Like can you?
Oh yes.
Okay, so that's where you should be under 10 because that's what's gonna raise your credit score.
Mm-hmm.
And how many credit cards do you have? Just one?
Just one.
And so other than just the one credit card, you don't have and student loans, you don't have anything else on your credit report?
I have some medical bills on there too.
Are they under $500 the balance?
Yes.
So that's good. So those will be deleted soon. So that's good. I wouldn't challenge those. I would just let them sit because they'll be deleted.
Mm-hmm.
If you are comfortable answering, what's your score? Is it
last time I checked it was 575.
Okay, that makes sense. So you need more because you need more on your credit report. So you have one credit card. I'm trying to see if it's a good time for you to apply for another credit card right now because I'm trying to determine when was your last collection? Like when did it is it recent? You said
no.
Right? Oh, you didn't? Maybe I was talking to somebody else. Wait, how old are your collections?
See, my student loan stuff, that's from last year.
But they're not in collections, right? There is just you had the late payments posted.
Yeah, just the late payments.
Last year, like when last year? Because this should have been on hold.
I think April of last year, I want to say.
You got federal loans? Like
federal.
I don't know. You might need to challenge that because I don't know when it started. I can't say off the top of my head, but I don't know when the does anyone know when the deferment started? Federal loans? I don't know off the top of my head, but I want to say
the thing with that is they are reporting like a different balance. Like two of them say the same, and then one of them says it's totally different.
Per credit bureau?
Uh-huh.
So I mean that is a challenge, but my whole thing, hold on, y'all. Let me see when this deferment started. They may have mistakenly put that late pay. Are you in school? Well, even if you're not in school, it doesn't matter. No. Let me see. Deferment. When did the deferment start, y'all? For COVID. It's had to be since April of last year. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Okay, wait, let's see. It started. Dang, don't tell me when it starts. Just tell me. I would look. You need to look into when did the relief program start because what I think happened with you, and it's happened with more than like a lot of people that I've seen, which is why I think that it may have happened to you. When they switched us to the relief program, what they did was a lot of people they did not switch them, so they just had late payments reporting, and that was an error. It happened to a lot of people, so I think that it may have happened to you. You had a late payment on the federal student loan in April of last year. Yeah, it started in March 2020. It started in March 2020. So last year, we in 2022. So that was 2021. You shouldn't have had a payment due because the entire last year, all payments were frozen as part of the relief program. So if you got a late payment in April of 2021, I would challenge that because you were supposed to, your account, if it's a federal student loan, it was supposed to be under the relief, the COVID relief bill. So I would challenge that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened to me. And okay, so someone said it happened to them and they had to get it correct. That's because I do think that happened to you. I've seen it happen to other people as well. Because you shouldn't have gotten no late payment on a federal student loan in 2021 when they were frozen, basically. But other than that, you had the late payment, so I don't think that was correct. You'll challenge that. What else did you say you had?
Just the charge off and the medical bills.
Okay, so the medical bills, those will be deleted. The charge off is Macy's or oh, you did say Macy's. Okay, Macy's $500 balance.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you said it's inaccurate.
The Macy's,
or I may be getting you confused with the last one because I'm trying to make sure.
The Macy's, they've been charging it off every month, but they skipped the month of April. And they'll charge it off again.
So you can challenge that, but you do still have to start with the round one letter. So you can't go straight to factual. You do have to start with the Bureau of Investigation. Do you have the letters? Okay, so I will start with the Bureau of Investigation letter, which is round one. Once they reply, hey, it's verified, whatever, then you will follow up with the round two letter, which is the Bureau of Investigation follow up. I just showed them to the last girl. If you want, I can pull them up if you want me to show you. And then on the third round, that's when you would challenge the fact that it's constantly reporting a charged off status. I can even, let me see if I can find it better. No. But yeah, I can't find it right now. But if you had a kid, it's in there. It's called the repeat charge off letter. That's where you would send it, but you have to wait until third round to send that. But yeah, you need to be contacting your loan servicer. Whoever
they just sold the loan to those loans to someone else.
It depends on because it was through two different people. But you still should be able to log into your Navient account and they'll tell you the number of who your loan is being serviced through. Contact them to let them know that they need to fix that late payment from last year. That's not acceptable. Your loans are supposed to be frozen.
Okay.
So that's step number one. And then number two, you can start challenging that $500 charge off. Start with round one.
Okay.
Wait, the Midland. I don't think this was maybe what y'all. Did you say that they sent it to Midland or was that? Oh yeah, right. See, I ain't fault. Okay, they did send it to Midland. So that we don't know if Midland is going to sue you. I don't know if I don't feel like they're going to sue for $500, but don't take my word for that because they can. Well, this is my whole thing. Since it's such a low balance, let me ask you a question. If you were to challenge it and if Midland nope, we're going to sue you, are you prepared to settle this account?
Yes.
Well, if you're prepared to settle it, then I would challenge it. It's a low balance. I would challenge it personally. You can decide to just settle it because I don't think Midland going to give you a pay to delete. I would challenge it, but that's just me. Me personally, I would challenge it. I'll just say that. You can decide, but if you prepared to settle it, and keep in mind a settlement on a $500 can be $100, $150. So if you prefer to settle it, I would challenge it.
Okay.
Ain't no point of paying them if they're not going to delete it. You may as well settle it. You may as well try to challenge it to delete.
Calm down. It's okay.
I would personally do that. If you can still hear me, Kamisha, was it Kamisha or Kamisha? I would do as though what we just said. I would challenge that with Midland as long as you're prepared to settle it, because I don't know if Midland gonna sue you. I don't think they will over 500, but you never know. And then also contact your loan provider. What happened? Am I still even live? I think the live just cut off. I think the live just cut off. All right, let me take a few more questions. It's 2:05. I'm gonna get off at 2:20. That'll give me enough time to cook. Hey, Monica.
Oh, you got me. I'm so sorry.
You scared me.
Girl, you scared me. I was just as scared.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, good. I have a couple questions. My first question is, I do want to get a house. I actually do want to buy a house this year. And I wanted to know, do I have to have like a bunch of money to start the housing program, or do you help with that at all? Because my credit is kind of there for the state of Maryland. It is like a couple things in my credit. I do have like a collection or two, like two with TransUnion, but like 4 with like Equifax, because I have done like a couple dispute letters and got a couple things off from one bureau, but like it didn't come off of the other bureau. Which was a little confusing. But so I do have a couple collections, stuff like that. So that was my first question. Is it like I need to have like a bunch of money saved to like buy a house in the first place? Or how, like, or yes or no with that?
Well, so it depends on what type of loan you're going to get. Do you know what type of loan you're going for? FHA, conventional? Are you military affiliate?
My grandfather's in the military, so I don't know yet. Like, I don't know all that. So that's really where I'm starting, period. Like getting into loan history, looking into loans, looking which one will be best for me. But I was just afraid to even start that process because I thought I had to have like money to even, start all of that.
Well, I mean, when you are buying a house, you do have to take into consideration like closing costs, inspections, and different, whatever. You definitely will have to have some sort of liquid cash for the most part, unless you're like going through a program like NACA or whatever. But for the most part, I would say that you do have to have money saved. Now, depending on how much, it would depend on what type of loan you're going to get. So like if you're doing FHA, well, what's your scores?
My score right now, it just actually dropped. So I think I'm at a hold on, because I was actually just looking at it, like a 658, I believe I'm at right now.
Okay, and because you mentioned collections, you're okay. So basically, you're asking how can you get home owner ready, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a rundown of your credit report. How many active accounts you have? How many credit cards you have? What's your utilization? How many derogatories?
Okay, so I have just to give you a rundown, my payment history is at a 98%.
Okay.
I do have 2 credit cards right now, one with Capital One, one with USAA.
Okay.
I have, like I said, on my TransUnion account, I have 4 derogatory remarks. On my Equifax account, I have 2 derogatory remarks. But either one, the 2 that both of them have in common, one is like a lease from like ex-boyfriend that got put out of a lease that I didn't live there anymore, but it was my name. Either way, a lease for like $7,000 and some change. And then another one is same situation, but like the ComEd bill, so the energy assistance bill, the energy bill for like $577 something for that one.
And these are all your collections, right?
Yes, for that both TransUnion and Equifax have in common. TransUnion also has 2 additional ones. One of them is from Comcast, and one of them is a medical bill.
Okay, so you have 4 collections, you said?
Yes, collections. And I don't think I have any. Well, the 2 for TransUnion has been charged off in collections. They are in charge off in collection status. So the house, the $7,000 one and the $577 one is in charge off in collections.
So wait, so you said 4 collections, 2 charge offs?
Yeah. So, and then I have a closed account with an old Victoria's Secret account that I had just stopped using. I paid it off. They didn't have a balance, but they just closed that account. Victoria's Secret decided to close that account because I stopped using the card.
Okay, so that ain't considered derogatory. So we're going to get one off. So basically, we know that you have 6 derogatory counts between.
No, 4 total. 4 total. 2 on one bureau and 4 on another bureau.
Okay, and then payment history 98. What about utilization?
27%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and most recently, I just paid off my car. And that dropped my credit. That was one of my questions too, because that dropped my credit score over 30 points because I didn't know that it would affect my age of my credit. Like I didn't know paying off the car, because between my car and my Capital One credit card, those are the 2 longest accounts that I've ever owned, like that I have. But I didn't know that paying off my car would like diminish my credit age.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize the important role that credit age plays. When you do pay off an installment loan, you will most likely lose credit age. You will lose credit age, which causes your credit score to go down. That's the thing. So it's not always best to pay off a loan, but I mean, you already paid it off, whatever, it's fast. Yeah, so that's but you learned a lesson. Try not to pay out loans in the future because you don't want to ruin your credit age. And it could have helped your payment history because you are at 98%. Those additional payments could have posted and helped your percentage as well. So that's neither here nor there because you've already paid that off. So that's done. That's not a derogatory account. My concern with trying to get a home loan, my bad. My concern with you trying to, what's your timeline?
I really wanted to do it before the end of 2022.
You got work to do. You have work to do because you have, first of all, those charged off accounts, your lender is probably going to want those satisfied. So either paid or settled. We in May, so you got over about 7 months. So those charge-offs, you're going to have to either settle them or pay them. The collections is, have you began challenging them at all?
I did not. I didn't challenge anything. I disputed everything. So like even the $7,000, I disputed all of them to make
$7,000. Which one was that one?
The lease, the one like for the rent, like the one.
Oh, a car lease.
No, a house lease. Like we lived in a home while I rented an apartment in Illinois. He like stopped paying the rent. I moved back, but he stopped paying the rent, and then they sent that to my credit.
So did they file it under an eviction?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Okay. So it's a few things. So you have the 4 collections, 2 charge-offs. So you're gonna have to settle those charge-offs, like I said. But the eviction is, when was that? How long ago was that?
That was back in 2016.
Oh, okay. So that's years ago. So are the collections that old as well? So what's the time limit on
everything is like that old, but when I look at my credit thing, they like it says the account was opened in 2022. So like for one of the for the bill, like the ComEd bill, it says that account was opened in January 19th, 2022 for $577, which is not true because I haven't had that bill since I lived in Illinois, which had to have been in at least 2016. So they keep I don't know if they keep opening and closing these accounts or what, but they say this account was reopened in 2022 and I don't understand how.
Have they just sold it to another collection agency? Is that what happened?
I don't think so because I believe Transworld system has always been the one, like they already bought it from someone. Like they bought it from the original company called ComEd.
It's just been with them the whole time?
Huh?
And it's been with Transworld the whole time?
Since it left ComEd, since they sold it to ComEd, it's been with Transworld. Same thing, but with the house, they said that account was open in 2019, but I believe it's been with this same credit bureau since at least like 2017, since the leasing company sold it off.
And you looking at your official credit report?
No, I'm not looking at my official credit report. No.
I will pull the official credit report to make sure that those dates are accurate because I mean, if Transworld is claiming that the account just opened, then that could of course be a challenge, but you have to make sure that they're actually reporting that. So pull your official credit reports to number 1. And at my mouse at annualcreditreport.com. But also because that's gonna, if those are new collections, they definitely will affect you being able to get a home loan because they typically don't like to see any new derogatory accounts within 12 months. That's the thing, most typically. Your late payments.
Would that matter even if an old collection sold it to a new collection company? Would that still be within the 12? Oh, okay.
You could, because there's still a pop-up as a new collection. That's the thing. Because when a new company takes ownership of it, they have to report an open date of when it came to them and not, the prior collection agency. But my whole thing is this. There's something called reporting time on every single derogatory account. And the reporting time is 7 years from the date of first delinquency. The accounts that you are referring to, if they are from 2016, we're 6 years past that at this point, right? If my math 16, we're 6 years past that. So they are about to fall off regardless.
Even the eviction?
Well, wait, when did it happen? Because it all depends on when
all this happened at the same time. So he, like, all the electricity bill, like all this from one house. The Comcast is from one house, the eviction is from the same house, and the electricity is all from the same house. That all got cut off at the same time and all got put on my credit at the same time.
Yeah, but you need to make sure they're not re-aging these accounts. Now that I'm thinking about it, not the eviction. I'm not worried about that. That's a judgment typically that can't stay on there for 10 years.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that. It's old. Your lender is probably not going to be worried about that either. But I'm concerned that these new collection agencies are re-aging your account.
Okay.
Which would explain why, if your official credit report does reflect the 2022 date, that would explain why, because they are re-aging it because it is about to expire, depending on what month you know it happened in. It's about to approach 7 years, which is the reporting limit of any account. They may be re-aging these accounts, but I can't say for sure. I'm not saying that they did. You know what I mean? Like, look to make sure.
Okay.
If they are, then you need to absolutely send a letter to the credit bureaus as well as file a CFPB complaint against those companies, because that can definitely keep you from being able to get a home loan if they are illegally re-aging these accounts, making it appear like they're new accounts.
Okay.
Because if they were just regular collections that were from 2016, I would actually tell you at this point, there's no point in touching them, because all they're going to do is actually have a negative impact on your current score because they have activity. You don't want to update that date of last activity and they're so old.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Most of the times when I work with underwriters, lenders, and all of that, they're like, listen, if it's over 4 or 5 years old, don't even touch it. Unless it's like a charge off, and then they'll say settle it. But collections, they don't really want you to touch old collections because they could do more harm than good to your current credit score.
Okay.
But you got to make sure that they're not re-aging them, which is what I suspect that they may have done if those dates are correct.
Okay. And then I should do, what did you say to do if they are re-aging them? I'm sorry.
I would write a letter to the credit bureaus, letting them know, hey, I am aware that these accounts have been, illegally re-aged. This is, this is against my consumer rights. The reporting time for all derogatory accounts is 7 years from the date of first delinquency. These accounts were, I don't know if you know the dates that they were supposed to fall off on. It should be on your credit report if they didn't re-age it, but you will use that date. These accounts are supposed to fall off on this date, and that's it. And I'm requesting you to remove, if they re-aged it, you need to request that they get deleted now, not when it falls off, because they already done the damage, right? So see if they re-aged it. But also I will file a complaint against them with the CFPB, against the companies, against the collection agencies.
Okay. And then my last question is there anything I can do at this point to improve my credit? Like, I know I was on for a while, so I heard you say, ask if any of your older family members have like a credit card that they could put you on as an authorized user. Because I think, like, I was almost at a 680, 700, like 690 before I paid off my car. Then I paid off my car literally April last month, and then the month of May. Yeah, in the month of May, my credit score dropped over 30 points. And I was just like flabbergasted, because I thought paying my car would get debt off of my credit and, help my credit, because I'm getting rid of some of my debt. So at this point, do you suggest as well that, like, I talk to like maybe an older family member that has a couple credit cards? And then next question is, what credit cards do you suggest I get more credit cards to help myself? And if so, which credit cards should I get?
Which ones do you have up right now?
I have a USAA American Express, and then I have a Capital One. I was thinking about I saw your Instagram post about the American Express checking account. I was thinking about opening that. Getting one of them and maybe applying for a credit card, but I didn't think I would get approved for American Express credit card.
So in order to get their checking account, you do have to have one of their credit cards already.
Okay.
So, what's your utilization again? You said, I don't remember.
27.
Get that down. Down. Sure. And then I would maybe apply for. But the thing is, this is the thing. You applying for a new credit card is not going to help your score. So I don't want you to think that that's what's going to, because credit age is what you are losing. You open another account, you're going to lose some more credit age.
Okay.
Now your family member, if they do have a older credit card and they can add you on, let them add you on so that you can get a little bit of credit age added to your account. Depending on the limit, you'll get, your utilization should go down. make sure it's a responsible family. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I would apply at that point after they add you. But if you can't get anyone to add you, then I would get my utilization down to between 1% and 3% so that you can maximize your current score. And then I would apply for a mid-tier credit card like a Citi Double Cash, a Citi Custom Cash, a Chase Freedom Flex, Chase Freedom Unlimited. The Chase Sapphire. I would probably apply for the Freedom Unlimited or the Freedom Flex, but for the Sapphire Preferred, you got a better chance of getting those. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I would add that. I wouldn't add any more any installments right now because it's not really going to do anything. Okay. Yeah, it's not really going to do anything. You missing credit age, which is why your score went down. And the only thing that can make up for credit age is time. And of course, if you piggyback off the credit card, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to let you know, like everyone says, you are the GOAT. Thank you so much.
Y'all are gassing me today. I love it.
You're the GOAT. Thank you. I appreciate all your help.
No, I appreciate you for just being here. I appreciate your presence for sure. And you have an amazing day. And you got some cute kids. I see them in the background.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Y'all gonna kill me because I see still a lot of people in the lobby, but y'all gotta go. It's 2:22. That's my lucky number. That's crazy tonight. That's my angel number. I gotta go, y'all, because I gotta cook dinner. Y'all know I got 1,000 kids. I'm just playing. It feels like it though. But I do gotta go cook. Y'all, they get off school at 3. I gotta whip up some real quick. But I will talk to you guys later, probably tomorrow. I'll probably go live on TikTok later. If you guys are not following me on TikTok, make sure you follow me at @ShondaMartin_, and I'll go live tonight. And yeah, and y'all can come ask me questions. But bye.